Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, the one and the only Manager Marty. I'm glad to see everybody here live and living color. We're going to have a very, very educational but entertaining show today. I don't want to say that I'm not going to hold you all too long, because we're not going to be here for a long time, but for a little bit of a long time. I want to make sure I take my time with this tonight. So first, let me introduce everybody to the channel. If this is your first time encountering the channel, the first time that you're watching me live and live in color, I appreciate you coming in. Make sure you definitely subscribe to the channel. You can also make a contribution to the channel by first liking the channel. Definitely gotta put the thumbs up. And also, you can join the channel and become a member of the channel. There's a button that says the word join. You can click on that button and join and become a member of the channel. There's so many different perks associated with each tier when you join as a member of this channel. And I appreciate all of your support. To all of the Roll the Tape film crew members and the Roll the Tape family, I see you all in the chat. I see you watching live and live in color. And I double salute all of you. And also to those who are watching the replay of this live, as the viewership is increasing exponentially. And you know that makes me so excited. And I also have to say my other famous 3 words, not roll the tape. We need answers. And hopefully we can get some questions answered today. Let me let you all know right off the bat, you see it in the chat. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. And what that signifies is, it's very simple. You know, I don't like making things complicated. All you have to do, if you want to join the show, all are welcome. It don't matter if you like me or not. I don't do this for the looks. I don't do this for the likes. I do this for the licks. You dig? Just click on that link and let's talk about it. Let me first acknowledge those that have contributed to the channel. And I know we're going to have a lot of monetary support throughout this live broadcast, through a super chat, through a super sticker, super thanks. Please feel free at any given time to make a donation to the channel, because it's because of your donations that I'm able to do what I do and provide you with quality content day in and or day out, and also on a weekly basis through the live. So I appreciate everybody that's going to support in advance, but also the ones that have supported thus far today. And I double salute Soul Glow. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel with your super sticker. I appreciate that. And also, Biz on the Beat. Double salute to you, Biz on the Beat. You were already a member of the channel before, but sometimes you just got to refresh it. So I double salute Biz on the Beat for becoming a member of the channel again and a supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. I also have to acknowledge my guy. He's been a member of the channel for 8 months, and I have to double salute him as well, and that's my guy, Gary. Thank you for your support and contribution to the channel, Gary. And Gary says in the super chat, salute for providing checks and balances in boxing. And also, Gary said this in the super chat, so double salute to Gary again for his contribution and your support. Always a pleasure, Gary. Thank you so much, man. Gary says, keep the content coming, Manager Marty. You got him shook. Appreciate that, Gary. And anyone who contributes to the channel, of course, you know that I will publicly acknowledge your contribution. And that was for So Glow. That was a super sticker from So Glow. And we have hundreds and hundreds of people watching us live in living color. All you have to do is click on the like button, though, so that the likes can be congruent with the viewership. All support is greatly appreciated. Double salute to my guy. He has always been a #1 and day one supporter here. We have so many different #1 supporters in the chat right now, but I have to acknowledge this one. My guy. I mean, he's been here from the very beginning of me starting my channel, always supporting the channel. And I love the comments that he make in the comments section after the videos that he watched. Oh man, he's just a really good person. And double salute to him. Creole, the Traveler, thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel, Creole. And Creole says in the super chat, we need answers, Manager Marty. And I hope, Creole, and the rest of the live audience, that we get these answers to our questions before the live broadcast is over. What up, Dean? By any means, my guy representing my city very well. Dean, by any means. What's up, Dean? Well, Dean, we here again, Dean. Every time I try to leave it alone, it's like the YouTube beef, the YouTube drama. It's like, you know how when you're doing something so well and you figure you got to retire or let it go, it just keeps trying to pull you back in. And it seems like it just keep pulling me back in. And you know I don't shy away from it. So we here now. Oh my gosh, we got some heavy hitters in the chat. We have some heavy hitters all up in the chat right now, including my guy. Double salute, another day one supporter. Hey, Lucky, you told me to do all of this months ago. I was a little hesitant because I had a lot going on, but I'm back now. And we're here now, Lucky. So double salute to my guy, Lucky McKinnells, with the super chat. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel, Luck. Luck says in the super chat, we need answers. Absolutely. Hey, Gary, you already know I'm doing way too much talking, Gary. Double salute to my guy, Gary, again, with the super chat. And Gary says, you doing way too much talking. Roll the tape. Gary, you know I got the tape. You know I have the footage. I'm going to roll the tape. You already know. My God, another day one supporter. The whole family came out. Listen, I got the whole family here. Double salute to my guy, all things. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. All things says in the super chat for the grind. Man, listen, all of these contributions are for me to go to the grocery store, fulfill the grocery list so that we can air fry. Because you know the air fryer is warming up. You know the air fryer is definitely warming up. What's up, Ariana? That's my homegirl in the chat. Ariana, good to see you, sweetheart. Always. Yeah. Yeah, hey, Chef Rio, you know I'm a roller tape. Yeah, Creole, pull up. We here now. Yeah. 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 Oh, Gary said, that's the other Gary. It's another guy named Gary. He was talking about that. He just saw my video where Tim Bradley was speaking about his first title fight. Yeah, I put that out there. We usually do a Town Watch check-in, right? And I think I should do it. I'm not going to take too long with this, but the family is here, y'all. And we got people that haven't been on this channel in a long time, watching live and living color. We even have some first-time visitors, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hurry up and get it out the way real quick. I think my man, my brother here, Detail Boxing, double salute to my guy, Detail Boxing. I'm not sure if he's still here. Double salute to my other guy, Philly Fight Doctor. That's hey, they family. So I have to shout them out, whether I put their name on the screen or not. They know the love is here. It's real. Always. Always. Listen, real quick, right? Real quick. I'm not going to take too long with this, right? I want to do our Town Watch check-ins. All the Roller Tape Film Crew family members know that we do what's called a Town Watch check-in. It's very unique to this channel. No one else do it. What that means is that you insert your geographical location by city, state, island, and or country in the chat. I will publicly acknowledge it. The reason why I call it a Town Watch check-in is because when we acknowledge our geographical location in the chat, right, and I publicly acknowledge those geographical locations, right, it's really a foreshadow of all of us, whether we're here live in living color or the replay of the live, to acknowledge that even though we have different geographical locations, which is synonymous with us having different perspectives and different opinions, we all share one thing in common, and that is our love for the sport of boxing. And we have people watching all around the world. And so I'm going to start it off, and all you have to do is in the chat, just acknowledge your city or your state, it could be both, your country and or your island, and I will publicly acknowledge it. Come on, y'all, let's check on in. If you're used to being a part of the channel, if you're a family member, please help me endorse this, because we need people to understand why we do this and what we're doing, right? And so it'll help them understand why we do what we do and what we're doing. And then those of our new audience members that's not familiar with how we do it, then they will follow suit and we'll get used to doing this. So I'm going to start it off. I represent the great state of Texas, DFW, stand up. Y'all know my heart is still there in Texas. Arlington, to be very specific, Tarrant County, let's go. By way of my hometown, the great city of Philadelphia. And I'm not talking about in Mississippi. I'm talking about in the state of Pennsylvania. So salute to all my family and friends representing my hometown, whether they're here live and living color, watching the replay or not. Philly is then definitely in the building. Who else we got in here? Come on, y'all, let's check on in. Let me see who else we got in here. Who else? Oh, Dory here? Y'all know I got something for the ladies after we do our Town Watch check-in. We got Dory here. Salute to Dory. What's going on, sweetheart? Always a pleasure to see you in the chat. And Ariana, of course. But first, we got to do our Town Watch check-in. We see you, Dean, representing Philly. I see you. Atlantic City, New Jersey, 609 is in the building. Checking in. Come on, y'all. Let's check in. We're not going to take all day with this. We're not going to take all day with this. But we have to do our Town Watch check-in. Come on, who else we got in here? Come on, y'all. Let's check on in. Houston, Texas is in the building. H-Town, I see you. Who else we got in here? Oh, man. 216 is in the building. Cleveland, Ohio is here. Tucson, Arizona is in the building. I see you. Come on, let's check on in. Orlando, Florida is in the building. Who else we got in here? Jacksonville, Florida in the building. All the way on the West Coast. Oakland, California is in the building. Yeah. We don't just stop on the East Coast. We don't just stop down south. Man, we all the way on the West Coast. We got people all across the world watching us. Who else we got in? Come on, let's check on in. Come on, Cash. We know Alaska is in the building. Boogie Down Bronx, BX or B next. The Bronx, New York City is in the building. I see you. Yo, hey, K, what's up, K? K representing my city of Philly. I see you. Who else we got in here? Check on in. Carlo, Ireland is in the building. And guess what? You don't get it twisted because you see me with a short sleeve shirt on. I just felt the wind breeze by because the Windy City is in the building. Chi-Town, Chicago, Illinois in the building. I see you. Come on, man. Listen, you already know. If we're going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, you already know his hometown is in the building. Baltimore, 410 in the building. Come on, y'all. Let's check on in. Yeah. Come on, check on in. Who else we got in here? Virginia in the house. I see you. Come check on in. Yeah. Come check in. Oh, my guy is here? New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey is in the building. My guy's here? Hold up, where he at? Hold on. The chat is flowing real fast. Fresno, California. What's good? I see you, Fresno. Yeah, come on in. Yeah. West Philly, all the way to West LA. Yeah. I see you. Representing City Ave from West Philly. Moved all the way to West LA. I see you. Yeah. Beaumont, Texas, in the building. I see you. My guy is here? Yeah, he here. My guy, I got to double salute him. He's been doing a tremendous job on YouTube. Double salute to my guy. I call him Hack. Y'all might call him something else. Greg Hackett. He's in the building. Greg, I love what you're doing, man. I see what you're doing. I don't be on YouTube all the time, but I see what you're doing, Greg. And I appreciate you allowing me to use little portions of your content to illustrate a point, to educate the boxing community. Like I used Tim Bradley's excerpt from your live. Man, listen, if y'all don't do so right now, y'all don't have to do it now because I don't want y'all to miss nothing. But when y'all get a chance, if you haven't done so, please go over and subscribe to my guy representing my hometown of Philly, my guy Greg Hackett at GHBTV on YouTube. Go subscribe to him, man. Oh man, his content is just awesome. You know what I mean? I love the great work he's putting in. And guess what? His viewership is increasing exponentially. You know how we do in Philly. Who else we got in the building? Listen, we about to end the check-in. I don't want to miss anybody. Hold on, where we at? Yeah. Where we at? Hold up, where we at? St. Kitts in the building. I see you. Yeah, check on in. You're not going to find a check-in nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. Yeah, who else we got in here? Tampa in the building. I see you. Come on now. Come on, Dory. You know I wasn't going to leave you. Hey, Dory, you know I wasn't going to leave your city out. Queen City in Charlotte by way of Detroit, Michigan is in the building. Midwest is here. Who else we got in here? Coast Life in Mississippi. I see you. Maryland is in the building. Man, we got people from all walks of life all around the world here live and live in color. What's up? Who else we got in here? Woo! DC is in the building. I see you. Come on, where we at? Somebody hating on me, calling me a Crawford hater and a Blueblood hater. Hey, what's his name? Sports Savant 23, don't leave. I got something for you. Since I'm a Crawford hater and a Blueblood hater, don't leave. You you better not leave before we leave here. I got something for you. Huh? I got something for you. Hey, what's up, Marvin? Representing my city of Philly. You see how they try to come in the chat and try to divert us to another track? We ain't going nowhere. We stand right here. We stand on 10 around here, baby. Yeah. Hey, Marv, I see you representing my city in Philly. Living in Jacksonville, Florida, I see you. Hey, listen, if I'm going to talk about Texas, I can't forget about Dallas, Oak Cliff, Stop 20. I'm not going to say Stop 21. Oak Cliff is in the building. I see you. I see you, LaMarcus. I see you. Come on, y'all, check on in. Can I get one more check-in and it's over? 407 Orlando, Florida, in the building. I see you, Billy. Who else we got in here? That's it? Alphabet Boxing, Uptown, up in Philly. I see you in the building. Can I get one more? Dang, how can I not talk about BK? I didn't even see you. Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn in the house? Without a doubt. Brooklyn, New York in the building. I see you. Fort Pierce, Florida. My God, Jay Smooth. Ain't seen you in a while, Jay. Good to see you. Where we at? Where we at? Memphis, Tennessee in the building. Cleveland, Ohio is here. 215. Man, we got thousands of people watching live. Don't let YouTube trick you into thinking that my views keep being low. Y'all know my channel's shadow banned. We already know it's shadow banned. But guess what? We got about 800 people watching live and live in color right now. Right now. San Diego, California is in the building. A Planet 619, I was waiting for you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, come on in. Memphis in the building. We done? We done? We done? We good? South Carolina, South Kakalaki in the building. Fayetteville, North Carolina is in the house. Ooh, we got everybody in here. We got some heavy hitters in the chat too. Virginia, I see you, Dylan. Who else? Listen, I don't want to leave anybody out. Many Face Publishing, I don't want to leave anybody out. Let me see, who we got? Who we got? Oh, Buffalo. Woo. Hey, listen, Buffalo, New York, I see you in the chat. It is cold out in Buffalo. I'm not saying it's cold today. I'm just saying, period. I did a lot of business. I conducted a lot of business with some former clients of mine in Rochester, New York. And somebody done drove me up to Buffalo. Woo-wee. It's cold out there in Buffalo. Yes, indeed. We done? I don't want to leave anybody out now. I don't want to leave anybody out. Are we good? Let me see some. Hold up. I don't want to leave nobody out. Double salute to my guy. Another good content creator. Balls Hog Boxing is in the building. I see you, big dog. Yeah. Lafayette, Louisiana is in the building. I see you, Birdman. LA. Yeah. We good? I don't want to leave. Hey, Gilbert, you representing my city. You know I'm not going to forget you. Philly is always in the building. We good? I don't want to leave nobody out. New Orleans is in the... Man, we got... Yo, man, we got heavy hitters in the chat. Hold on, yo. Hold on. I don't want to miss nobody. Now, why Mr. Greg going to slide in at the end? Chicago, Seattle, I see you. I see you. There's nothing wrong with going back and forth, Island. I see you. Mr. Greg Quarterbomb, double salute to my old head. Representing DC, I see you. Houston, Texas is in the building because I shouted out Balls Hog. I don't want to leave anybody out, y'all. Let me see. Vallejo, California is in the building. Stockton, California is in the building. I see you. Yeah, I don't want to leave nobody out. I'm just going down the chat just to make sure. Let me see something. Sacramento, California is here. Raleigh, North Carolina is in the building. Man, we got some heavy hitters here. Huh? Hold on. Is somebody in the background trying to get on the show? I'm going to let you, whoever that is in the background, backstage, I'm going to let you on the show. Just give me 1 second. I want to make sure I don't leave anybody out. I want to make sure, because we got family. This is a cookout, by the way. Band up here? Where Band Up at? Band Up here representing Seattle. Band Up real quick. I know you was going to be here, Band Up, right? Because, you know, I know Blueblood is your man. I know Blueblood Sports TV is your man. But one thing I want to publicly acknowledge about Band Up, from what I can see, Band Up always have shown me a lot of love and support and respect. And he also rolled with Blueblood. But he is definitely a moderator and a supporter of this channel. But Band Up, and I have to take my glasses off and remind you of this. Because y'all already know I don't use profanity. I don't curse. But Band Up, I know Band Up, I know Blueblood is your man. But what did I tell you last year? Because you know I don't curse. This is the closest to cursing I'm going to get. Band Up, your man can't uck with me, bruh. Didn't I tell you that by the phone booth? Your man can't uck with me, dog. He just can't. Bar for bar, line for line, content for content. He don't have it. And we're going to expose that again because he don't know what he's talking about, bruh. I just wanted to put, that was not for nobody else. That was for Band Up because I know that's his man. And guess what, Band Up? Go on there, run and tell him because the link is in the chat, Band Up. The link is in the chat, homie. That's all I'm saying. I don't mean to put you on the spot, Band Up. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know I keep it all the way real, so we got to do what we do. Let me make sure the channel watch checking is over first. Hold on, let me see. Somebody's in the Dominican Republic right now. Somebody is in the Dominican Republic right now watching Live and Living Color, man. Where we at? I don't want to leave nobody out. Hey, Janice, representing Colorado. I see you, sweetheart. Man, we got ladies all in the chat. Let me calm down because I got to throw my R&B voice on for the ladies because you know I have to publicly acknowledge them. Where Cash at? I don't want to leave nobody out. Hold on, I don't want to leave anyone out. Hold on. Las Vegas is in the building. I see you. Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. I see you. Man, we got over 1,000 people watching Live and Living Color. I'm going to get on with the show. But I got to acknowledge the family. Iowa is in the building. What's up, Shani? Hold on. Where Cash at? Where my man Cash at? Oh, G-Man here? G-Man talking about I'm hating it. I'm tripping again. All right, G-Man. You better not leave either. You better stay right there, G-Man, and don't move. Don't move. Don't leave. Since I'm tripping, I got something for you. Hold up. Where Cash at real quick? I don't want to miss anybody. We're going to get on with the show real quick. Where's Cash at? Where's Cash? When I call out Cash Crypto, he know what he got to do in the chat. Okay, if he's not here, somebody from the Roll the Tape Film family in the chat, because it's activated now. I'm activated. I need to see those two words in the chat. I'll give you a hint. The second one is my name, Marty. The other one starts with an M, not manager. That's the hint I'm going to give. Where Cash at? Oh, there go Cash right there. Cash, I have to acknowledge the ladies, Cash. Cash, I have to. Okay, there you go. Y'all see it on your screen, right? Mac Marty is activated. I have to do this. Fellas, all the men, gentlemen, step to the side. Come on, just step to the side now. Step to the side. This is a public service announcement to all the ladies watching Live and Living Color and even watching a replay of this live. I want to tell you right now, from the bottom of my heart, Manager Marty, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank you for your contribution that you always make to the channel, not just with your monetary resources, but also with your time. So double salute to all the ladies that's in the chat, that's engaging right now. Thank you. And double salute to all the ladies that's watching Live and Live in Color. I really appreciate y'all. I really, really do. From the bottom of my heart. You know I couldn't do any of this without the ladies. You know I couldn't. Even Dean knows it. That's why he put Mac Marty in the chat. I'm activated. You better believe it. And I just want to let all the ladies know, because it's hard to even find women and female boxing fans, let alone in the chat and on a YouTube channel. So once again, to all the ladies out there, I appreciate y'all. You know I got a lot of love and respect for y'all for always carrying it with so much grace, so much maturity, and so much eloquence in the chat every time you come here. Once again, double salute to all the ladies. All right, that's my message. All right, enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. Let's get to business at hand. Blueblood Sports TV did a video, I think it was sometime earlier today. I'm going to play some pieces of the video because I have some questions for Blueblood Sports TV, and I also have to educate all of you and even Blueblood Sports TV because I'm going to keep it 100. Now, I don't want to speak for the many people that's here because some people that's watching, and Blueblood probably watching live and living color like he always does. But even if he doesn't, and even if he is not, I know a couple of his supporters are here. And so because they're here, I don't want to speak for you all, but I'm definitely going to speak for the Roll to Take film crew members and the family over here. We know, and I got to take my glasses off because I want to make sure I hear myself say this when I say it. We know that Blueblood Sports TV be capping. We know that. Some of you might be brainwashed, but Blueblood Sports TV be capping, and I'm going to prove that again today. Now, before I continue, I have to acknowledge some super chats. Let me start with giving a double salute to Boxing Hacker. Thank you, Boxing Hacker, for your support and your contribution to the channel. Boxing Hacker says in the super chat, salute to you, Manager Marty. You know I looked up that information and I was right. LOL. I don't know what information you're referring to, Boxing Hacker, but I can make sure that I can at least donate about 10 minutes of our time today so that you can click the link. Come on up here and tell me what you actually talking about. What information you looked up and you were right about. We need answers. Okay, Boxing Hacker? Thank you for your support though, brother. Alan, double salute. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Alan says, had to support. Hit that like button. This SHIT live. Alan, you know we live and live in color, and I appreciate your contribution. Listen now, Alan done told y'all, hit the like button. Let the likes be congruent with the viewership. That's all I ask for. Because when you do that, the information and education and even the entertainment will reverberate all across the YouTube boxing community because everybody needs a little bit of information when it comes to the business of boxing. And where else you going to get the business of boxing at? From the most qualified individual on YouTube. But here, me. Double salute to my guy, Dean, by any means. Thank you for your contribution and your support always, Dean, to the channel, my brother. Dean says in the super chat, I just want to know how they know Tank going broke, but Devin is the one who can't get people to bid on his fight. Well, that's one of the things we're going to deal with today, Dean. Because that's, hey, Dean, that's what I want to know. I want to know the same thing. I guess Blueblood and his sources. Maybe it's Blueblood and his sources. You know, that's letting everybody know, you know, that Gervonta Tank Davis is going broke. Speaking of Blueblood, we're going to get to the show. I want to play you something that he said. Okay? I'm going to play it now. Don't move. Stay right there. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. Definitely going to play it. And I want to see what you all think about it. Okay? I'm going to play it because there's a lot of things that he said in there. I'm going to slice and dice Because you know what it is? A lot of people get caught up into believing the hype, and then next thing you know, when they believe the hype, they actually expect for things to come back true. And I'm talking about those of you that might not know the business of boxing. And so when you have somebody who has a lot of subscribers on YouTube come out and start making all of these accusations and come out and making all of these innuendos and statements, it's easy to believe them. And then what happens is, what happened this time, again, as always, when you got somebody that has a large audience give out disinformation and misinformation, right? People will believe it. And so then when the real manager shows up, the real qualified individual who has made several hundreds of transactions in this business, like myself, me, come out and speak on a topic, people start criticizing me and not giving me the credit, or they think I'm lying and deceiving them, all because somebody like a Blueblood Sports TV put out disinformation first, but because they don't know that the information is false, they'll start criticizing me, and we're going to deal with that today, and we're going to nip all of it in the bud, no pun intended, to Terrence Crawford. So here is Blueblood Sports TV. I just want y'all to hear some of the things he said, even if you don't know what he's sharing misinformation about. I'm going to play it. I want y'all to hear it. Double salute to 2 Cents Boxing. She's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
We have unfortunate news that I've been fighting for forever and a day. And now it's rearing its ugly head at the highest level, which is the fact that one party is favored over another party, right? And there's clearly a favoritism towards a certain fighter. In this case, we have a situation where you have a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, who is a superstar boxer, who is a 3-division champion, 5-time world champion, who is the WBA lightweight champion, superstar boxer, 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout, 30 years of age, right? 28 knockouts in 30 fights. He's very excited. He holds the record for the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, for the gate, with a $5 million gate. He holds the record at the gate at the Capital One Arena with a $5.2 million gate. He has the 5th highest gate in Las Vegas boxing history. You heard it. The 5th highest gate in Las Vegas boxing history. That includes Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. The list of names go on and on. Canelo Alvarez. And he holds the 5th highest gate with a $23 million gate. Yet, there's an issue that has arose. Now, he was supposed to fight December 14th in Houston, Texas at the Toyota Center against WBA super featherweight world champion star boxer Lamont Rose Jr. Right? And so, with that said, he and Lamont Rose Jr. have a history. They fought twice in the amateurs, so on and so forth, right? And now, they never secured the Toyota Center, although they promoted and announced it as if it was a go. But you call the Toyota Center, it was never secured. The Toyota Center was never secured. It was never booked, which means they never had plans to do it. So then the fight gets revealed that, if you listen to Dan Rafael, he'll tell you that it was postponed because of the venue. As I told you, it's postponed because of money, finances. Now, he'll tell you it's because of the venue, which absolutely don't make sense because the venue is still available right now. Now you have Minute Maid Park, where the Houston Astros play. That's available. But you call Minute Maid Park and they tell you there's never been no inquiries. They don't even know what you're talking about boxing. They can't use the NRG Stadium where the Houston Texans play because the Houston Texans are playing on the 15th, which means they'll be practicing and the Dolphins will be in town on the 14th. So they can't use that arena, right? That leaves the Toyota Center because Gervonta Tank Davis is a big deal. So they're telling you it's a venue issue. Yet the venue is still available. If you had an issue booking the venue and there was a mistake made, you correct the wrong in booking the venue, you right the wrong and you rebook it. Now, if the venue is asking for a certain amount of money to book the venue, well, the venue don't care about Gervonta Tank Davis, nor boxing, or anything else. Their price is their price. They're not going to suddenly raise the price because it's Gervonta Tank Davis. They're not going to do that. The price is going to be their price. If you had any experience booking a venue or understanding how this works, you understand that they have a price. They ain't going to raise it or lower it for anybody because they don't care. Their price is their price, unless you are a big deal to their city. A la Terrence Crawford in Omaha, Nebraska, when he books venues there, he's a big deal. They'll give you a discount. That's it. That's all. Their prices is going to be their prices. Now, with that said, if the venue is still available for December 14th and it's not about money, then you can just rebook the venue, right? Okay. Now, people are saying, but it was the issue with the venue. They might have raised the prices. But the reports is that he's going to fight, it's going to be postponed to January in Houston, Texas at the same Toyota Center. What? So you're going to go back to the scene of the crime? If you reschedule it to go back to the venue in January, then why didn't you just secure the venue right now for December? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. But this is what they'll lead you to believe. Now, furthermore, this is not the treatment that they give Canelo Alvarez, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, former undisputed super middleweight world champion, and the unified super middleweight world champion, who is the face of the sport of boxing, one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, with a record of 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout at 34 years of age. You best believe the PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, Family Advisor Al Heyman, Louis DeCubas, or whoever's running things right now, would not treat Canelo Alvarez this way. Tank Davis is saying that it's being moved to January is what he heard. He don't have a date or a location, any security. Do you ever see Canelo Alvarez having venue issues without a plan to replace the date in the fight? Do you ever hear Canelo Alvarez date changing without any real rhyme or reason? Have you ever seen Canelo Alvarez post the fight and the date that he's fighting, and then there's a lot of turmoil?
We've heard enough. Did y'all hear that? Let me say this right from the beginning. Blueblood Sports TV sounds very smart to a person who don't know any better. I have to say that. He sounds very smart to people who don't know any better. And there's nothing wrong with not understanding or knowing the business of boxing. That's what I'm here for. But he sounds like he's very educated. It sounds like he's very knowledgeable. But what is he talking about? What is he talking about, y'all? I'm just asking the question, what is he talking about? I mean, seriously. What is he talking? I don't even know what he's talking about. But we're going to break down and dive in line for line what he actually said, and I'm going to slice it all up. And I guarantee you, before this live is over, there's two things that I'm going to guarantee you. Number one, you're going to learn something about the business of boxing that you never knew before you got here today. And number two, you're going to know another thing. Look at the bottom of your screen. Blueblood Sports TV capping again. Oh, I love the controversy. I just do. Let's break down some of the things that he actually said. In order. In order. I don't want nobody to miss this. And when I'm done, listen now, when I'm done breaking this down, you can click the link. Anybody, including Blueblood Sports TV, anybody can click the link and come up and let's have a conversation. It don't have to be about whether you agree with me or disagree. It don't matter what it is. Just click the link and we can talk about it. Well, I mean, it's going to be related to what we're talking about today. But my point is all are welcome. We can talk about this. But I want to, let me go back and, this guy cracked me up. Because you know what? When people listen to him and others that don't know what they're talking about, right? They'll start emailing me, which is what happened this time, like it always happens every time. And they'll say, Manager Marty, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a legitimate manager because Blueblood Sports TV said A, B, and C, and then they'll send me a link to a video like they did this time. And then it makes them believe that I'm not credible because of information that this guy keep putting out. But we're going to go line for line now. Stay right there and don't move. Hold on. Let's start here. Hold on.
So we have unfortunate news that I've been fighting for forever and a day.
We have unfortunate news that I've been fighting for forever and a day. I don't know what news he's talking about, but we're going to listen to the news that he's saying on this video. I don't know what news he's been fighting for because it sounds like he's trying to portray himself as an advocate. I don't know. And somebody asked me, is Blueblood a manager? Not in boxing, he's not. I don't know if he's a manager somewhere else, but he's not a manager in boxing, no. To answer somebody's question in the chat. Hold on for a minute. Let me see. Let's listen to him again. Some more stuff that he said. Hold on. Let me see.
And now it's rearing its ugly head at the highest level, which is the fact that one party is favored over another party, right? And there's clearly a favoritism towards a certain fighter.
One party is being favored over another party, and then there's favoritism for one party. That's what Blueblood said. That's what, don't get mad at me. This is what he said.
In this case, we have a situation where you have a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, who is a superstar boxer, who is a 3-division champion, 5-time world champion, who is the WBA lightweight champion, superstar boxer, 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout, 30 years of age.
Okay, if he keep talking, I'm not even going to say that joke. I'm not going to say that joke. I'm sorry. We have ladies in the chat. I'm not going to say that joke. I'm not. Let me leave it alone.
Right?
Yeah.
28 knockouts in 30 fights. He's very excited. He holds the record for the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York.
He holds the record. Stay with me, y'all. I'm going to break this thing down like an old rifle. Blueblood says, we're going to go by his words, like we always do. Blueblood Sports TV says that Tank Davis holds the record at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. What else, Blueblood?
For the gate, with a $5 million gate.
For the gate. So the Barclays Center, he holds the record. $5 million gate. Right? Okay, come on, Blueblood.
He holds the record at the gate at the Capital One Arena with a $5.2 million gate.
He holds the record, not just in Brooklyn, New York, 5.2 million live gate, but also at the Capital One Arena, 5.2 million live gate.
He has the 5th highest gate in Las Vegas boxing history.
Has the 5th largest gate, Las Vegas boxing history. This is what Blueblood said. What else, Blueblood?
You heard it. The 5th highest gate in Las Vegas boxing history. That includes Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. The list of names go on and on. Canelo Alvarez. And he holds the 5th highest gate with a $23 million gate.
$23 million gate in Las Vegas. Boxing history.
Yet, there's an issue that has arose. Now, he was supposed to fight December 14th in Houston, Texas at the Toyota Center against WBA super featherweight world champion star boxer Lamont Rose Jr. Right? And so, with that said, he and Lamont Rose Jr. have a history. They fought twice in the amateurs, so on and so forth, right? And now, they never secured the Toyota Center, although they promoted and announced it as if it was a go. But you call the Toyota Center, it was never secured.
Let me stop right there. I've heard of this guy. Just long, wrong, and strong at the same time. Just crazy. Double salute to my guy, Andre Noble. Member of the channel, supervisor of the Road to Take film crew. Thank you for your contribution and your support. Andre Noble says, for the cook, brother. You know we air fry over here, Andre, and I appreciate that. And the air fryer is warming up. Because I want to go back to the stats that Blueblood spoke on. Blueblood said that Tank Davis has a $5.2 million gate. Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. $5.2 million gate, live gate, that is, ticket sales, by the way. Capital One Arena, and $23 million gate in Las Vegas boxing history that supersedes Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Lennox Lewis, and his words, and the list goes on and on. I had a question on that. If Gervonta Davis Is this profitable as an athlete and or entertainer? Why would a promoter in boxing be biased against him? That's the first question I have. I just want to ask that first question. I know Blueblood's not going to answer none of my questions. I still asked him 15 questions a year ago and he still didn't answer. But I just wanted to know if he's this profitable, breaking all kinds of records, ticket sales, live gate. We're not even talking about pay-per-view numbers. We're just talking about live gate according to, we're going by what Blueblood said. Why would any promoter be biased against him? I'm just asking the question. That's the first question. Let's listen to some other things that this guy said.
He and Lamont Rose Jr. have a history. They fought twice in the amateurs, so on and so forth, right? And now they never secured the Toyota Center, although they promoted.
Stop. They never secured the Toyota Center. That's what Blueblood said. Although they promoted it, Blueblood Sports TV said they never secured it. Second question. How does Blueblood Sports TV know that Tom Brown didn't secure the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas? How does he know that? Double salute to my guy, E Double. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the super chat. E Double says, heat up the air fryer for these guys, Marty. Oh, I certainly will, E Double. Absolutely. And the viewership is increasing exponentially. Thank you for that, E Double. How does Blueblood Sports TV know that Tom Brown, the promoter of TGB Promotions, did not secure the venue? I'm just asking the question, how does he know? A YouTuber. He's a YouTuber. He's not actively involved, nor has he made one business transaction in the sport of boxing. I'm talking about Blueblood. How does he know? Because the last time I checked, oh, he did? Who said that? Let me see. Clifford Brown says, I guess you're answering my question. How does Blueblood know that? Because he called the venue. Did you hear him call a venue? Hey, Cliff. Hey, I don't want to go back and forth with you, brother. I'm just asking a question because I'm not used to seeing you in my chat. Just a quick question real quick. Did he call the venue? Did Blueblood Sports TV call the Toyota Center live? Like, did you hear the conversation? I'm just asking Clifford this. It's just yes or no, Clifford. We don't have to go back and forth over here. Did you hear him? And if he did, tell me. Did he call the Toyota Center on the phone live, on camera, and you heard him? Did you hear that? That's for Clifford. He played it. Great. I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you a question. I knew you was going to say he did. I knew you did. Who is Blueblood? He a YouTuber, right? I just want to make sure we clear on this. You mean to tell me, I'm just asking a question. You mean to tell me anybody with no credentials in the sport of boxing, you mean to tell me anybody who's not associated with the promotion of the fighter can just call up the Toyota Center and ask them about a live event that hasn't really been published for tickets to be sold? Where they do that at, y'all? If that's the case, anybody can make a phone call. I can call the Wells Fargo Center right now and ask them, is Terrence Crawford fighting there in November of 2025? I can do that. Boxing Media, who that Hawk? Boxing Media does not have any authorization or jurisdiction to make a phone call to a venue asking about a fight that has not been published with tickets being sold yet or on sale yet. But I'm glad you said that. And I'm also glad that Blueblood said they never secured the venue. Because I have another question. If that is the case, since they didn't, secure the venue. All right, cool. They didn't secure the venue. Cool, no problem. Because I know Blueblood don't understand the process of securing a venue, and neither do most of you. So I got a question on that now. I have a question. Because they didn't secure the venue. Then how come, I'm just asking the question, how come if you conduct your research, I'm not even going to tell you where to look at, because most people don't do research. They just listen to people like Blueblood who doesn't know what he's talking about, who's never conducted any transaction in the business of boxing, but you call them credible, some of you. Cool. But I'm a hater. I'm credible in the business of boxing. I'm a hater. Okay. Let me ask a question on this. The commission. Y'all know who the commission is, right? The Texas Combative Sports Program. The Texas Combative Sports Program. The commission that has to approve all the bouts in the state of Texas. You mean to tell me that they have absolutely no idea when this fight is going to take place and where this fight's going to take place, even though the referees and judges who are employed by the commission will actually work at this venue? Because I'm not going to explain the whole process to you all. I'm just asking a question. I'm trying to get you to think real quick. How does Blueblood know that Tom Brown didn't secure the venue? How does he know that? Somebody said he called up there. How you know that was them on the phone, though? He could have called one of his cousins and told them to act like they was the Toyota Center. I'm not saying that he did that. I'm not saying that he did that. What I'm trying to get you to see, because I don't care if he called Toyota Center or not. This is the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make a point to all of you. What difference does it make? I'm just asking. Okay, he called the Prudential Center to say what? I'm just asking. What was his purpose of calling them? Because if he has credible sources, his sources should be accurate enough so he wouldn't have to call. What was the point of him calling? A YouTuber. What are he calling for? I'm just asking. Okay, Gervonta Tank Davis, he's not fighting in December. All right, he might fight in January. Okay, great. What difference does it make? I'm just asking a question. What difference does it make? Okay, Tank Davis is not fighting in December. Because the last time I checked, Blueblood got caught in the lie when my man sent me the video today. One of my homies sent me a video. It was a small snippet of when Fanon did and I actually looked at, I was trying to skim through it because I was trying to listen for something that Fanon said, because people said that Fanon shouted me out on his channel. But Knockout Boxing was talking to Blueblood. You know, y'all remember that. Y'all seen that, right? I didn't see the whole thing. I just seen that piece. And he didn't answer Knockout Boxing's question. And he was gaslighting Knockout Boxing TV. And he also was using word salad and playing mind games and deflecting and going here and then going there and talking about stuff that had nothing to do with knockout. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Right. So he don't even know the reason why. He gave a totally different reason why. This video that you just heard was from earlier today. But when he talked to Knockout Boxing, he gave him a totally different reason. He said he didn't know about it until he started knowing about it, till he got the information. That's crazy. Anyway, he's not fighting in December. All right, cool. Is he still fighting in Houston? We don't know, right? What difference does it make? This is the reason why I'm asking the question of what difference does it make. Let me tell you why. Because Blueblood said that Tank Davis has a $5.2 million live gate at the Barclays Center, broke a record. That Tank Davis has a $5.2 million live gate at the Capital One Arena in DC, broke a record. That Tank Davis has a $23 million live gate in Las Vegas boxing history, superseding the likes of Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Lennox Lewis, and the list goes on and on. These were the exact words of Blueblood Sports TV. So my question becomes, if this man, Tank Davis, can break records in 3 different cities, in 3 different states, at 3 different times, what difference does it make when he's going to fight? Whether it be in December of 2024 or February of 2025. What difference does it make? He's still going to fight. The fight is not called off, right? He's still going to fight Lamont Roach, right? Okay, then, so why is this a point of contention to the point where Blueblood had to call the venue? Now, Blueblood followed the same words that Dan Raphael said, because Dan Raphael reported on this. Y'all remember how this started? And Dan Raphael said something totally different than what Blueblood is saying today. Let's listen to Blueblood talk about what Dan Raphael said.
Voted and announced it as if it was a go. But you called the Toyota Center, it was never secured. The Toyota Center was never secured. It was never booked, which means they never had plans to do it.
They never had plans to do it, y'all. PBC is just running around here lying to the people. That's what Blueblood basically is insinuating. That Tom Brown, PBC, Tank Davis, Coach Calvin Ford, all of them are running around here deceiving the boxing community that they never had any plans of this fight happening at the Toyota Center. That's what Blueblood is saying. Even though, let me show it to y'all so that we can be on the same. Even though on boxrec, here we go right here. Stay right there and don't move. All the people that's hating in my chat. What does that say? This boxrec now. Who the commission? The Texas Combative Sports Program. Even though they handed this information to ABC Boxing Commission, and that's how ABC handed this information over to boxrec, and boxrec publicized, hold on, that's the ad. Hold on, there you go, they coming back up. Publicized that this fight was going to be at the Toyota Center. Tom Brown from TGB Promotions is the promoter. And it was going to happen on December the 14th, 2024. So they never, according to Blueblood now, they never had any intentions of this fight happening at the Toyota Center. But yet, the ABC received the information from the Texas Combative Sports Program that disseminated that information to boxrec, and then boxrec publicized the information to the public. But Blueblood is saying that Tom Brown, Al Heyman, PBC had absolutely no intentions of having it at the Prudential Center. Excuse me, at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas in the first place? What evidence does Blueblood have to substantiate that PBC is deceiving the public and they never had any intentions of having it at the Toyota Center? Can somebody that rolled with Blueblood answer that question? Because he said that they had no intentions, even though it's on boxrec. Even before anything, I just trying to educate you all, before anything goes on boxrec, it has to be approved by the ABC. Most of y'all don't know who they are, and that's okay. We'll talk about them later. The ABC approves it and then disseminate the information. Let me give you an example of information, like wins and losses. Yeah, so when a fighter win or lose, or win and lose rather, or get knocked down so many times in a fight, or get knocked out or TKO'd, that information don't just go straight to boxrec. It has to be approved and acknowledged by ABC, and then they disseminate the information to boxrec. Now, where does the ABC get their information from? They get their information. I'm teaching you something. Stay with me. You ain't find this information nowhere else. They get their information from the commission. So Tom Brown from TGB Promotions had to go to the commission, the Texas Combative Sports Program, and tell them the fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach was finalized behind the scenes. And in order for the commission to approve the fight, they had to do their due diligence, and they did that. So they disseminated, they meaning the commission, the Texas Combative Sports Program, they disseminated the information. I'm trying to teach you something. If you don't know nothing else, you better get this. They disseminated the information that they received through due diligence, and they disseminated it to the ABC. And then the ABC then disseminated the information to boxrec. And then boxrec disseminated the information to the public. But Blueblood just said that TGB, Al Heyman, and PBC had no intentions. They never had any intentions of having this fight at the Toyota Center. And my question is, how does Blueblood even know to say that they never had any intentions of having this fight at the Toyota Center in the first place? And my second question is, who should we believe? Blueblood? Should we believe Blueblood over the ABC? Let's see if the chat is engaging with me right now. Should we believe Blueblood Sports TV over the ABC, the Texas Commission, and boxrec? I'm just asking a question. Should we believe Blueblood over these three credible entities? I'm just asking a question to y'all. Deem said no. Can I get another yes or no in the chat? Just real quick. I don't ask for much. Should we listen to Blueblood? Should we believe Blueblood as being more credible than the ABC, boxrec, and the Texas Combative Sports Program, which is the commission that facilitate all of the combative sports in the state of Texas? Them three entities. Should we believe Blueblood over them three? I'm just asking. Okay, thank you. So if we shouldn't believe Blueblood Sports TV over or more favorably than those three entities, then why are people taking up for this guy? We know that Blueblood lied several times. Blueblood lied on me at least 3 times, and I proved it through evidence with videos that I published. Y'all remember that? Thank you, Ariana, and Jay Smooth, and Dean, and Dion. Oh, Dion? Dion. Hey, what's going on, girl? Where you been at, Dion? I haven't heard from Dion. Dion, I haven't heard from you in a while. Girl, email me. The last time I heard from you, you emailed me. Where Dion been, y'all? You missed my public service announcement, Dion, to all the ladies too, by the way. But we glad to have you. Good to see you again, sweetheart. Always a pleasure, Dion, to see you. So I'm trying to figure out, why are we listening to Blueblood? He's not more credible than the ABC. He's not more credible than boxrec, nor is he more credible than the Texas Combative Sports Program, which is the commission who facilitate all combat sports in the state of Texas. Well, Blueblood lied on me and said I flagged his channel. Y'all remember that? He lied. Blueblood lied and said that YouTube sends a notification out and actually inform you of the actual person that flagged your channel. And that's when Finalizing had to hold him accountable. That was a year ago and some change. Y'all remember that? Caught him lying then. I got more lies that the man done told, especially on me. But I'm going to save it with just those. He also said that he met Terrence Crawford at 7-Eleven. That's none of my business. But we have evidence of Blueblood Sports TV capping, lying, even on me. And y'all still believe in this guy? I'm just asking y'all a question, the ones that support him. That's all. Don't get mad at me. You're man capping. Okay. Now, everybody in the chat told me we shouldn't believe Blueblood over more credible entities like the ABC, boxrec, and the Texas Combative Sports Program. Who that in the chat? Hey, what's up, Key? Key Alexandra. Key Alexandra is in the building. Girl, where you been at? Man, all of the female boxing supporters and fans are here tonight. Ooh, the family is in the building. Where you been at, Key? Man, Key here. Dion is here. Man, everybody in the chat. Go ahead. All the ladies are here. I love it. So now we know we can't believe nothing Blueblood says, especially over those three entities. Let's continue on.
So then the fight gets revealed that, if you listen to Dan Rafael, he'll tell you that it was postponed because of the venue. As I told you, it's postponed because of money, finances.
Now, let me ask you a question. How does Blueblood know it was over finances? Did he tell y'all that he spoke to Tank Davis personally? He probably told y'all. I don't know. I don't listen to his content. I don't know. That's why I was asking y'all real quick. How does Blueblood know it's about finances? In other words, let me ask a more specific question. Did Blueblood say that one of his sources was Gervonta Tank Davis? Yes or no? Because if he did, tell me. How does he know it's about money? Did he talk to Omega Red? Don't get me in no trouble, Omega. Did he talk to Tank Davis? Oh, somebody said that Blueblood is exposing me on his live. I don't care. I just want this question to be answered. See, it's funny to me that Blueblood goes live when I'm going live. When all he had to do is come over here and click the link to the channel. You see, hey, everybody know Blueblood can't uck with me. That's why he ran on his channel. I don't care what he say about me. He can't speak on me. Blueblood know what time it is. He ain't clicked the link. He ain't clicked the link though, and he won't come over here and say whatever he gonna say on his channel. I bet you he won't come over here and say it. And I'll wait for him like we did the last time. He ain't gonna come over here. But let's get back to some more impressive business. I'm just trying to figure out, how does Blueblood know that the reason why this fight is postponed, it was about money? Did he talk to Tank Davis? Did he talk to Al Heyman? Did he talk to TGB Promotions? Because if he didn't talk to those three people, we are not making him a reliable source of information. Because what I was told, and Windy City is here, what I was told, that when this information first came out, that the fight was being postponed, I was told that Blue Blood Sports TV said it was because of the venue. Now today in the video I just played for you, he's saying it was over the money. Which one is it? You see, these guys don't have any credible sources. And I'm not talking about sources that they can go by what they heard. I'm talking about the source should be the actual person. Like Gervonta Tank Davis. So Blue Blood never talked to Gervonta Tank Davis. Blue Blood never talked to Sam Watson. Blue Blood never talked to Al Heyman. Blue Blood never spoke to Tom Brown, the promoter of the event. So how does he know it's about money when those four people would know exactly why this fight is allegedly postponed? So basically, he's just making stuff up. No proof, no evidence. He's just talking. He didn't talk to the actual people that's intricately involved in this matter. So he don't know. He's just running his mouth. And some of y'all believe in the guy. And let's say it is about money. Oh, thank you, Lucky McKinnels. I forgot about that. I forgot. I'm the one that exposed that. I'm going to put that on the screen for people that's calling me a hater right now. He lied and said Crawford made $10 million. And he also said we should lie too because Crawford is black. Y'all, and don't let me pull the video up because I'm the one that exposed that. Thank you, Lucky McKinnels. Remember that, y'all? That wasn't too long ago. He said if Crawford made $10 million, this is his exact quote, and I can pull it up on my phone because I own the content. He said if Crawford made $10 million, we should lie and say he made $12 million just because he's black. Is that the guy y'all getting your information from? Him? Now it's a conspiracy against Tank Davis. I got another question because I got Dean here. Since when do Blue Blood speak favorably about Tank Davis? Since when do Blue Blood advocate for Tank Davis? Now all of a sudden he's saying that the PBC is being biased against Tank. Oh, now he's taking up for Tank Davis. He's advocating for Tank Davis all of a sudden because they're so favorable and being biased over Canelo Alvarez. When do you ever hear Blue Blood? I don't listen to the guy's content. I'm just going by with some very, very credible sources since everybody keep using sources. And most of my sources are in my chat right now. And they are part of the Roll to Take film crew and they're not lying. When do Blue Blood ever speak favorably about Tank? Now all of a sudden he's advocating for Tank. Isn't he a Devin Haney advocate? He always speaking against Tank Davis. He always speaking against the PBC. Remember, Blue Blood said the PBC was going broke. And then what happened months later? Oh man, Showtime said they're going out of business and PBC going broke. And what happened months later? PBC signs a lucrative deal with Amazon Prime, Saudi. Then and guess what? Blue Blood ain't the only one. It was other content creators saying that. And never came out and said, you know what? I was wrong. They signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Amazon Prime. So even if they was going broke, they got the bag now. They got another bag when their contract expired from Showtime. And Showtime went out of business. And guess what PBC did? They went to another network and got another bag. If that's not good business, I don't know what is. So I'm trying to figure out, Blue Blood Sports TV is not more credible than ABC. He's not more credible than boxrec. He's not more credible than the Texas Combative Sports Program, which is the commission in the state of Texas. Nor did he talk to Al Heyman. Nor did he talk to Tom Brown, the promoter. Nor did he talk to Sam Watson. And nor did he talk to Tank Davis. These are all 7 facts that I just mentioned. But yet people still believe him. And then they come and call me a hater. Lord have mercy. Let's listen to some more what Blue Blood said.
he'll tell you it's because of the venue, which absolutely don't make sense because the venue is still available right now. Now you have Minute Maid Park, where the Houston Astros play. That's available. But you call Minute Maid Park and they tell you there's never been no inquiries. They don't even know what you're talking about boxing. They can't use the NRG Stadium where the Houston Texans play because the Houston Texans are playing on the 15th, which means they'll be practicing and the Dolphins will be in town on the 14th.
Lord have mercy.
So they can't use that arena, right? That leaves the Toyota Center because Gervonta Tank Davis is a big deal. So they're telling you it's a venue issue. Yet the venue is still available. If you had an issue booking the venue and there was a mistake made, you correct the wrong in booking the venue.
Stop. I heard enough. How many mistakes do y'all think that PBC make when they book venues? I'm just asking a question. And I'm not saying we can't make mistakes in life because we're human. But if Tank Davis, according to what Blueblood said, his stats, if Tank Davis broke the record of having a live gate of $5.2 million, he broke the record in Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. $5.2 million ticket sales. If Tank Davis broke the record in DC, Capital One Arena, $5.2 million in ticket sales. If Tank Davis broke the record with $23 million live gate ticket sales in Las Vegas, more than Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, and Lennox Lewis, you mean to tell me PBC all of a sudden start making venue mistakes? With all these numbers that Blueblood put out with these stats of live gate at venues, they don't seem like they make too many mistakes. And I'm not saying that they can't make a mistake. I'm just saying what's more likely. Things happen, but see, Blueblood is not a person who conducts business in the sport of boxing. So it don't matter what he go on his channel and say about me. I'm credible. I'm sturdy. You ain't gonna find nobody in the sport or the business of boxing to tell you I did them dirty or I lied to them. But I bet you I can find at least 100 people in my chat. I bet you I can find at least 100 people on YouTube that'll attest and agree that they heard Blueblood Sports TV lie and become uncredible in the things that he have said, especially the 3 things he said about me that were lies. He's a YouTuber, y'all. Let's stop giving all of this credit and credence to guys that don't know what they're talking about. We know that some of these YouTube channels, including Blueblood Sports TV, is biased against Tank Davis. But now Blueblood Sports TV want us to believe that PBC is biased toward Tank Davis. He's the one that's biased against Tank Davis. Come on, y'all. These are the same people that told y'all that PBC was going out of business. Hey, what's going on, Miss Joette? Good to see you, sweetheart. All the ladies are here tonight. Oh, my gosh. It must be the glasses. It must be the swag. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's because I'm credible. That's why the ladies are here. It's not the glasses. I do have swag. I'm not going to deny that. But it's not because of the swag. It's because the ladies know that I'm going to always be honest and be a gentleman in everything I do, unlike the guy, Blueblood Sports TV. And that's all I'm saying. You see, band up. You can't, listen, Blend, I hear what you're saying in the chat. I see you. Shashante Cobbins, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. Band up. You can't protect your man on this one. He's wrong. He don't have any evidence is what I'm trying to get you to see, brother. I'm surprised nobody clicked the link yet. I'm surprised nobody clicked the link. Nobody want to talk? Nobody want to take up for a Birdman 45? You already know what it is. Nobody want to click the link and have a, you don't have to agree with me. That's fine. If you do agree with me, that's fine too. You're more than welcome to click the link too. But I'm trying to figure out, since when does Blueblood become an advocate for Tank Davis? He has absolutely no proof, no evidence that PBC is being biased toward Tank Davis. Why would PBC be biased toward a man who can generate $5.2 million of live tickets sales in Brooklyn, New York, $5.2 million in live ticket sales in Washington, D.C., and $23 million of live ticket sales in Las Vegas? You mean to tell me that PBC is more biased on Tank Davis than Blueblood? Come on, bro. What are you implying, bro? Blueblood Sports TV be capping, and that's the bottom line. And that's just the truth. What's up, Sin Ironheart? Good to see you, my brother. Blueblood Sports TV is not more credible than the ABC. He's not more credible than boxrec. He's not more credible than the commission in Texas. Now, if you can prove to me that Blueblood Sports TV is more credible than those three business entities, then I will admit that I'm wrong. If you can prove to me that Blueblood Sports TV spoke to Tank Davis, Sam Watson, Al Heyman, or Tom Brown, and they all confirmed the reason why this fight is not happening at the Toyota Center is because of money, I promise you, I'll admit that I'm wrong and I'll leave it alone. But I know you can't. And if Blueblood Sports TV is not going to show us any evidence, then he don't have nothing bad to say about me. These are his words. These are his words. A boxing hacker. The link is in the chat if you want to come up because you said you found out some new information on something. I'd love to hear you talk about it, my brother. Whatever information you're talking about. We know that Blueblood Sports TV is not more credible than those three entities. And we also know that he didn't talk to Tank Davis. He didn't talk to Al Heyman. He didn't talk to Tom Brown, nor did he talk to Sam Watson. That's all I'm saying. We know that to be true. We know this. Double salute to my guy, DC Geroy. Thank you for your contribution and your support in the chat. DC Geroy says in the super chat, Brother Marty, toss me some veggies up on that grill and let's get it. You know how I do it over here. A little something towards the groceries. DC Geroy, thank you so much for contributing to the grocery bill, my brother. Salute to you as always. Double salute to my guy, Chris Trucker. He's been on this panel before. Very intelligent man. Thank you, Chris Trucker, for your contribution and your support to the channel. And Chris says in the super chat, man, I know Tank personally and don't care this much about his venue and money problems. They some weirdos. Chris Trucker says he knows Tank personally. He don't even care about venue issues or money problems that Tank is going through. So why do you YouTubers care? Tank Davis make more money than all of us. We're not even qualified to speak on his money problems. And guess what? Tank Davis is not the only one that had money problems. And guess what? What difference does it make if he has money problems? Like I said in the video I published earlier today. You going to pray for Tank Davis? Are you going to send him some money? Are you going to help him out? You going to help him feed his kids? No, you're not. So then all the fighters be having money problems sometimes. But it shouldn't have to go public. What difference does it make? We should be talking about the sport of boxing. Why are we talking about another man's pocket in the first place? These guys don't have no content. They pulling and pushing and picking from all kind of litters because they don't have nothing else to talk about. Double salute to my guy, Mr. Gregory Quarterbaum, the OG of the channel. Thank you for your contribution and your support. Mr. Greg says in the super chat, in my opinion, Why traffic in speculation if you have this quote unquote huge boxing audience? You should be able to call the source and name them. Call Tom Brown Promotions, call Al Heyman, and say you did it. That's credibility. Thank you, Mr. Greg, because that's the point that I was just making. Thank you so much for that in the super chat, Mr. Greg. You see, if Blue Blood really had the juice, he'd be able to get on the phone and call Tom Brown and get direct information from the source, not from sources that he have. He should be able to get direct information from the direct source with that type of audience that he has. But once again, he can't get Al Heyman on the phone. Once again, he can't get Tank Davis on the phone. Once again, he can't get Sam Watson on the phone. And once again, he can't get Tom Brown on the phone. And once again, he's not more credible than the Texas Combative Sports Program, the commission in Texas. He's not more credible than the ABC, nor is he more credible than boxrec. Thank you, Mr. Greg. Appreciate that. The Phenomenal Show, double salute to your contribution and your support to the channel. As always, the Phenomenal Show says in the super chat, finna finish up in the gym. Y'all boys and ladies be easy. Keep cooking, Manager Marty. Cheyenne is a plant. I guess he's referring to Blueblood. Is that Blueblood Sports TV's government name, Cheyenne? Cheyenne is a plant. He's referring to Blueblood Sports TV, I think. And double salute to my homegirl, Dion. Always a pleasure. She's one of my day one supporters as well in the super chat. Thank you for your contribution and your support, Dion. Dion says, hi, Marty. Hi, Dion. Always a pleasure to see you, sweetheart. And also, Dion does another super chat. Thank you again, Dion. And she says in the super chat, zero credibility after the BLK Prime move. And thank you for that, Dion, because a lot of people forgot about the move that that Blue Blood Sports TV made with BLK Prime, which is his own business, for him making that move. But he's not a reliable source. We saw how he dropped the ball trying to secure the fight with Boots against Terrence Crawford. Didn't have no sources of credibility then. And I already exposed that. Thank you again, Dion. I appreciate you so much. Yep. And remember, don't forget, Blue Blood is the same one that lied and said that he did not switch up on Errol Spence. Y'all remember that? Come on, y'all. Y'all can't act like y'all don't remember that a year and a half ago. I'm the one that exposed it in the first place. Y'all remember? When he switched up on Errol Spence? And Errol Spence held him accountable when he was trying to interview Errol Spence. Y'all remember that? Errol Spence said, you switched up on me. You know Errol Spence and everybody else saw my video that I did when I exposed Blue Blood. Yeah, after he was throwing shots at me, right? Right. Yeah. Creole remember. Thank you, Creole. You remember. Yeah. So all I'm saying is, and look, people in my chat telling me now, that's why they stopped watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Not only do he be capping, but he switches up all the time. And Errol Spence held him accountable and said, yo, you switched up on me. He said, no, I didn't switch up. Come on, bro.
Manager Marty, what's up, dude? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. What's going on, Boxing Hacker?
Salute to you. Salute to you. Hey, so remember that conversation we had, the last time we spoke? And I posed a question to you because you said it was about Victor Conte, and you were like, well, basically the same thing. Like, well, if he got out of prison, how do you know he changed? That you try to pose an indirect question, and then you basically say he was still doing the same thing based on, people being caught from PEDs while being in the STAC program, right? And I asked you the question. I was like, well, were any of those PEDs tied to like something they took from SNAC? Were they tied to like anything they took from SNAC? And you were like, yeah. And I asked you the name, and you were like, I don't know the name. I know you remember that conversation. And I was like, and I was a little bit surprised because I know you're very thorough when it comes to stuff like that. So I looked it up. I looked up two names. I actually don't remember the second person's name, but the Andre Berto case was one that was pretty popular. And when I looked it up,
Bye, Ariel. Hold on, Boxing Hacker. There's
okay.
a lady. There's a lady in the chat. She's trying to acknowledge me. Hold on for a minute, sir. Manager Marty, I'm out. Ariana, deuces, sweetheart. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Ariana.
Hold. Don't do that to Ariana, brother. Hold. This is my
brother.
show. Hold on. She didn't say
go
that she didn't call your name in the chat. Hold on for a minute.
She meant my name,
me, huh?
I said she meant my name. Now you get. I'm playing. Go ahead.
All right, it's all good. I'm just joking. But bye, Ariana. Appreciate you coming over, sweetheart. All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So
again about another man. When women come around, I just be like. I don't really when men is around. When women acknowledge you,
I
can't
get
pay no attention to men. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
It's a struggle. I understand. So, so I looked it up. So, for the Andre Berto case, it was tied to I think it was Nandrolone, and there was no connection. So, to clarify, it was not connected to any supplement that Victor Conte gave him. Okay. In fact, Victor Conte even said that Andre Berto told him that he had took supplements outside of the snack program. And based on what I read, there was nothing that was tying what he tested positive for to a snack supplement. So that's why I was saying prior, and you sort of said that's not true. There was something, there was like a connection between the two. So that's why I said I think I was right on that case.
I see. Let me make sure we're on the same page here.
Feel free.
So what I hear you saying is that you did research.
Yeah.
And according to your research, you saw the article that was publicized that Andre Berto tested positive for nandrolone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's nandrolone is in the same family as I think it's called nadrastilone, but he tested positive for it. And Victor Conte was in his camp because Berto was a part of the snack program.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And in your research, you recognize that Victor Conte said that Andre Berto told him privately that it wasn't because of any of the supplements that Victor Conte gave him to prepare for his fight while Victor Conte was in his camp.
Correct.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a quick question for you.
You go ahead.
And you seem like you're very intelligent. Do you think that Victor Conte, the founder and owner of a supplement company that enhances athletes' performance, he manufactures these supplements? I'm just asking you just a logical question. Do you think that Victor Conte will make a public statement and tell the public that his supplements are contaminated, that triggered Andre Berto to have a positive drug test?
So now you asked me.
It's just a no. We don't got to go back and forth about it.
Yes, I do believe that.
You believe that Victor Conte will publicly come out and say, hey, guys, hey, ladies, hey, general public, the supplements that I gave Andre Berto, they're all contaminated, all of them.
Yes.
You think Victor Conte will do that?
Yes.
I see. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Did you see the Netflix documentary?
No.
You did not see it?
Yeah.
Do you know that, since you do research and all, do you know that Victor Conte also had Barry Bonds in the snack program and ZMA?
I didn't do research on that, so I don't know the facts around that. But
okay,
yeah,
you know who Barry Bonds is, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, Barry Bonds was taking a lot of illegal banned substances from Victor Conte.
Mm-hmm.
And these are Victor Conte's words that he gave to the strength and conditioning coach of Barry Bonds to give directly to Barry Bonds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's all in the Netflix documentary. It's all public record. You can play.
Sure.
It's on Netflix, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
And what we all saw from the Netflix documentary is that there were tests that Barry Bonds failed for PEDs. There were tests that he tested positive for. There were substances that he tested positive for, not tests that was administered by USADA. It wasn't tests that was administered by WADA. These were private tests that Victor Conte allowed, like LabCorp. You know who LabCorp is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It was like from agencies like that, who Victor Conte would basically, and he would pay them on a consistent basis to make sure that his fighters would test positive and or negative, so that the levels that he was giving them of the steroids and PEDs would be documented, so that he would know how to circumvent the test, so that basically his cream and his clear product would become undetectable, so that when the fighters do test, it will never show up in their system.
Okay.
So these documents were private, but the FBI agent did his due diligence and, of course, found the evidence that there were many tests that Barry Bonds failed by using the products that Victor Conte was given.
Sure.
Indirectly through his strength and conditioning coach. Okay.
Sure. Yep.
I want to show you something on your screen because I have all the evidence. I've been doing this for 15 years.
Okay.
And I've been doing this on YouTube for over a year now. And the fans of boxing know that I'm very credible when it comes to performance enhancement in our sport. I'm going to show you something on your screen. And I have a green line on the side of my phone. Don't worry about that. Just disregard that. But I want to show you something. This is the actual, and I took a screenshot of this from the Netflix documentary. I didn't type any of this up.
Mm-hmm.
And I also took a screenshot of it and I highlighted it so that people like you can see it. And I did an entire video on this as well. And this was a while ago, but this was Barry Bonds' drug test, because you know, Balco, which is what Victor Conte was the founder of, that company had its own lab, and they were testing their athletes as well as sending out their blood and urine specimens to other agencies to test them. And the FBI agent is Jeff Nowitzki, who is now, I think he's like the vice president of drug testing for the UFC. But anyway, he was the FBI agent that conducted his due diligence and investigation. And this is what he came up with. And I don't know if you can see it clearly, but I'm going to try to, here it is. I'm going to turn the screen this way. I want to show it to you. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
There's an arrow pointed to something where it says, you see where it say positive? I circled it where it say positive.
Yeah, I see that.
All right, this was Barry Bonds' drug test when he was using supplements and other substances from Victor Conte.
Okay.
Do you see that arrow pointed to a word that starts with the letter N? Can you see that?
Yeah, nandrolone. I see that.
Nandrolone.
Yes.
What did you say Andre Berto tested positive for?
For nandrolone, yes.
Who was in?
So it doesn't change anything.
No.
Okay.
I got you.
All right.
Who was in Andre Berto's camp at the time that he tested positive for nandrolone?
Victor Conte.
This is after Victor Conte did his time in prison, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Who was in the camp of Barry Bonds when Barry Bonds tested positive for nandrolone?
Victor Conte.
Victor Conte. And that was before Victor Conte went to prison, correct?
Okay, sure.
Just using logic. You seem like an intelligent guy.
Okay, yeah.
Just using
general logic. Yes, let's use logic.
What's more likely to believe?
What's
Is it
more
more likely
likely
to believe that The same thing that happened with Barry Bonds when Victor Conte was in his camp is the same thing that happened to Andre Berto when the same guy, Victor Conte, was in his camp. Is
So
that more likely to happen?
If we're just using logic, right?
Yeah, just logic, nothing else.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
logic.
If we're just using logic, right? We have to call that a fallacy, right? Because just because something happened in the past,
Okay, hold on. Boxing hacker.
You say use logic. If something happened in the past, doesn't mean the same thing must repeat in the future.
Boxing hacker.
Well, that's just logic right there.
Okay, boxing hacker. Real quick. I'm sorry. I dropped out of college. You used the big word. You said fallacy.
Yeah.
Can you just condense? Because sometimes I'm slow. I dropped out of college. Can you just condense it to a yes or no? Is that more likely? Yes or no?
Is that more likely? It can't be deduced. It's be illogical to think that way, right?
No, I'm just asking a question. Is it more likely?
Both cases are different. I didn't, like I said, I didn't research Barry Bonds.
No.
Right.
I've done the research for you.
Yes.
No, listen, boxing hacker. I've done the research for you. Hold on.
I'm trying to answer your question. If
I'm using
logic,
I've done
if I'm not using emotion, I'm just using logic.
Yes.
Then I can't deduce just because somebody else had issues with Victor Conte and tested positive in the past with another case. They're two different people, two different cases.
I'm sorry.
Even though they have a common denominator of Victor Conte, it doesn't mean the same thing happened in the past.
I didn't say.
Yes. So I
didn't say it did or did not happen. I was asking a question. But you used. I just told you.
Yeah, you told me you use logic.
But boxing hacker, I told you just 5 seconds ago by the phone booth. I dropped out of college. You used another big word. You said deduce. Brother, you just using all these big words. I just want you to say yes or no because I'm slow. Just yes or no. Okay. Is that more likely to be the case? It's just yes or no.
Is it more likely?
Just using logic.
No. You can't put them together. Two different things.
I'm just asking a question. That's all, bro.
No.
It's just yes or
no.
No. Huh?
No.
You sound like a cheating husband, brother. I'm trying to pull something out of this yes or no.
You're trying to drive me to say an answer that's not logical. If I use emotion, right? Let's say you did something in the past, right? You committed a crime in the past, right? And I see another crime in the future. If I use just pure emotion mixed with my logic, I might be like, oh, he must have did it because he did things in the past. But logically, if we're just speaking logically, I have to look at the circumstance around what currently happened. I can't just base it off like because he had issues in the past. He also went to prison in the past. At that case, if I was to say yes, and this is where the illogical stuff happens, right? That means anytime somebody tests positive, that's with Victor Conte, I must also blame Victor Conte as well. You see, that's how logic. Because logic, you can't deny, you can't just use logic for one person and not use it for the rest.
I get
so it's case by case basis.
I know, but I didn't say anything about emotional, bro.
You said logic.
Logic, right? And you said
so I cannot deduce,
I
cannot deduce one from the other.
You're changing and modifying. Now I'm using the big word. Maybe I'm not as slow.
See?
Maybe I'm not as slow as I think.
High school education is tight, man. High school education is tight.
Yeah. So you're modifying my question by saying if I'm using emotion and logic, but I didn't ask you about any emotion.
Okay, so if we're just using logic, I can't deduce one from the other. No, they're two different cases, two different people. Even with the common denominator, just two different people.
I was just
now. So my question is direct. I asked.
My question was very direct,
and I gave the answer. I gave the answer.
But my question was,
yes, I said no. I can't deduce it. I can't deduce.
Deduce, a big word, deduce. Hold on for a minute. Let me.
Deduce is only it's like 6 letters, wasn't it?
I got you. It means so much though. It's 6 letters, but it means a lot. Hold on, let me get this super chat real quick. Double salute to my guy, Chef Curry Changed. I miss you, Chef Curry. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Chef Curry in his super chat says, salute Manager Marty. This guy is bad for the ears. He's talking about you.
Hey, man. By the way, man, I love it, man. If they hate it, I love it.
I understand. quick thing, real quick. We got
hey, DC.
Oh, where'd 2 cents go? Come on back up, 2 cents. We got DC Jeroy. DC, you there?
I'm here, bro.
What's going on, DC? Thank you again for putting money on the grocery bills, brother.
Oh man, you can't eat for free out here. It's 2024.
I appreciate it. Listen, I gotta go make a 30-second run. Give your statement. I know you want to, because you was here when Boxing Hacker was here the other day, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm gonna let y'all talk for about 30
Manager
seconds.
Marty, I got you right.
You
I
ain't get
swear-
me. You
You
got
know
me
I-
what? You know
got
you got me
Put
what?
your glasses on. Hold on.
I know. You know
Don't
what?
go
I
anywhere.
agree.
Don't go anywhere.
No,
Huh?
no. I agree.
Because I
Boxer
make
Hacker, can you
my
hear me?
statement what's true.
No. Boxer Hacker.
Yes,
Can
brother.
you hear me?
I hear you.
You're right. You
Thank
do got me. You got me messed up with Blueblood and the rest of these guys. You got me effed up. You
All right,
right.
we'll
You
see.
got me.
We'll see.
What
All
you
right.
talking about? You got
I'll
me.
be
You
ready
ain't
for you,
get up.
bro.
You can't even answer my question, bro.
I did answer your question. I just didn't give you
All
the
right.
question you wanted.
All
I did
right, go
answer your
ahead.
question.
DC,
Yeah.
speak on it, brother.
All right.
No,
So,
the only reason I wanted to chime in because y'all were talking about the subject of logic and boxing hackers. So here's what I have to say to that, right?
mhm.
Removing the emotional part. When you start talking about logic, and I think you kind of danced around the question, or maybe you didn't want to answer it because you thought it might expose something, but it's not illogical to assume that if we know Victor has a behavior pattern that has come to the light, and then later on down the road, those same behavior patterns reminiscent, or there's reminiscence of those behavior patterns
Mhm.
in his association. I don't think it's illogical to say there's a possibility that there's a connection there. So case in point, right? Removing the emotion. If a child touches something hot on a stove, and they see it's illuminating, right? It's emitting red colors and so forth, and they
Mhm.
burn themselves. And then a couple of days later, when they see that same type of red emittance, it's not illogical to say, "Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna burn myself." Right? We use behavior patterns to draw our logic, is what I'm trying to get to. And so when we're talking about Victor Conte,
Mhm.
we look at his behavior patterns and what he's been known for. And
Mhm.
so it doesn't dismiss logic to say, maybe, just maybe, there's something there. I don't think that's a fallacy, nor is
Is
it.
it? You mean logical reasoning, though, right?
Say
You
that
mean
again.
it's reasonable to think that, right?
Yeah, or it's not illogical, or does it dismiss reason to think of it the other way though?
That there
Right?
is a possibility that he did something. Of course, there's always a possibility. Even if he had no previous history, just him being in the vicinity with the guy, there's always a possibility, right?
But,
Is that what
but
you're
no, I
saying?
ain't
Yeah.
talking about that. I'm talking about because we don't even have to use that if we know that there's a behavior pattern there, right? So that's different, right? If
So
you stole something out of my house, I invite you in my house. You stole something out of my house. Everybody on this chat know it. Then you come over my house a month later. You're the only person there, and now something else is missing. It's not illogical for me to say, I wonder if
it's not unreasonable. It is illogical. It's not unreasonable. If you don't have evidence, it becomes illogical. It's not unreasonable, and the reason why is that is because it's what you call inductive reasoning. You know what inductive reasoning, right?
I know exactly what
Reasoning
it is.
based on historical facts, right?
Mm-hmm,
So if you see somebody that stole before, right,
mm-hmm.
and then you see things missing from your house, and you say, "Oh, I know he stole before because I know he stole. I think he stole from my house because he stole before." You're using inductive reasoning. Now, the key word there is reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
It's not logical because logical. If you use that kind of logic, it's a fallacy, right? Because just because
Where's the fallacy?
the fallacy, just because you do something in the past doesn't mean it's going to repeat itself. So just because somebody did something in the past doesn't mean that he's going to do it in the future. So you can't logically say that he did it, but you can reason it.
But he
Because
didn't say logically that he did it though. He
huh?
didn't say Marty didn't
Right.
say
You're reasoning that because of his past, that's why he did it. It's inductive reasoning.
no. So that becomes you accusing someone, right? To be able to use
Based off inductive reasoning. It's still based off reasoning.
but no, what I'm saying is that the accusation isn't there, right? So I'm saying there is the reason, and the reason is extended from me using logic, right?
Yeah.
And so logically speaking, I've come to the reason, or I've deduced that logically there's a possibility that you stole whatever's missing from, right? That's not a fallacy in
So we have to make the argument clear, right? So when you say you deduce somebody stole something, if you saw him, like you can deduce anybody because stole something. There's always a possibility, but if you're just gonna base on pure logic versus reasoning, if you're deducing it only based on the premise that he did bad things in the past, then that's inductive reasoning.
But that's not the only
That's
premise.
you reasoned it.
But that's
right?
not the only premise. That's what I'm saying. That's why we can't dismiss it or
What's
that
the
as logic.
what's
It's not only that he's done it in the past, it's just the other traits, right? So knowing what his capabilities are, knowing
which are
what his
based
intellect
on what?
is.
Inductive reasoning, because it's all based on things that happen.
No, but it's based off of what he said, right? So if you come and tell me I know how to break into your car, I know how to hot wire, I know how to start it without a key, I know how to do all of these things, and you are openly admitting these things, and then the car ends up missing while you're in the vicinity, it's not
and I use inductive
illogical.
reason to figure it out, right? Because I'm using things you said in the past to say that you did it.
But so okay, let's go back here. So when you say logic, help me understand your baseline for when you start talking about logic.
So logic is A. If you have A and B, then it should equal C, right? And when it comes to logic, there should be no exceptions. And when and the thing about logic, a lot of things sound very logical, but then they have what you call fallacies. Like they can make you believe something's true.
Outliers or false, some type of false premise or
that's the excluded middle. There's something there that how can I say? There's something there that can be like an exception to what you're saying, you know. So for instance, me and Manager Martin were just talking about Victor Conte. And he created an image for me of who Victor Conte was, right? Of this guy who could be sneaky, manipulative, blah, 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 right? So he created this image of he drew a picture of who Victor Conte was, you know. So in order for me to now say, okay, based on the image you gave me, this must be true, right? That he must be the one that did it. The problem is that's an illogical statement, because just because there's this kind of he has these certain traits and behavior doesn't mean he did it. And I can simplify this.
And it doesn't mean that he doesn't, but it also doesn't mean that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So that's what I'm trying to. But so that's what I'm trying to get back to with the.
And see, that's the problem, right? So we can't use that. You see how that works?
But what I'm saying is, but you're using logic. So the point I'm trying to make is we can use logic to make a decision, right? Would you agree with that?
No, you can't.
So you wouldn't be able to so you don't use some form of logic to come to. Huh?
We could use logic to make a decision, right?
That's what I said.
Yeah, of course.
You said you disagree with that, though.
No, I thought you said we couldn't. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. And so all I'm saying is we do it every day, right? And what Marty did last week was, I don't think he painted a picture for you of what Victor was, right? Because that implies that maybe there was some deception. What he did was share some information that was true. Okay. You drew whatever picture that you wanted to draw from that information based off of the trust that you have for the information that Marty gave you, right?
Right.
But with that being said, coming back to logic, whether it's Victor, whether it's any other scenario, when you have a certain amount of information that you can use to be able to deduce illogical reasoning, then you can use that to base yourself off some form of stand on logic, right?
So then let me ask you this question. So you go back to my original question, my original statement. My statement to Manager Marty was, from what I read, from the research I did, there was no connection to. I asked him before, was there a supplement tied to what caused Andre Bird to test positive? That was my question.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Originally you said yes. And so to me, I went back and looked it up and I said, oh, okay, I didn't see anything. So this is where we're at now. Now, right now, he painted what he did. He painted me. He told me what things that happened with Barry Bonds and, about the Netflix special, so on and so forth. Now, my question to you is, did any of those statements change my original statement? Did they answer the question, was there a snack supplement that caused Andre Bird to test positive. Did anything that Manager Marty just said prove my statement true or false?
Anything that Manager Marty just say prove what to be true or false?
My statement. My statement. I said there was no supplement that there was no connection between the supplement that Andre Bird took that caused him to test positive.
Can I jump in here?
Yeah. Well, let me answer first. I just want to see what he's gonna say.
Yeah, I just want to make, because I believe in answering questions straight, but I just want to make sure that I understand your question so I can answer. So you're asking me based off of the position that you did your research, you didn't find anything that connected Victor Conte to my man. I'm not a huge fan of but I'll call him my man.
Testing positive to a snack supplement.
Yeah, and so did Marty say anything to make you
to prove that statement to be false?
No, I don't think he did.
And that's what I'm saying. So I don't even understand the reason about even talking about the other cases.
But so then flip the script though. So because you can ask it the other way, what was said to prove your statement to be true?
What was said to prove my statement to be true?
Yeah,
I just said it. I said I didn't see nothing that connected it. So if he had told me, if Manager Marty said this snack supplement A is what caused Andre Bird to be test positive, then I have to tip my hat. I said, okay, I looked it up. You found some evidence. I'm wrong. However, he didn't do that. He's still telling me things that happened in the past and trying to create, like I told you, an image. But that still doesn't answer my original statement. You see how that works?
Boxing hacker.
No.
Boxing hacker.
Wait. Before you go, I just want to know.
Stop.
Okay.
Hold on, Greg. I apologize. I want to answer his question.
I know you want to answer.
I'm not sure that I do get it. Just to answer your question, but maybe I'm slow in his answers. But go ahead, Greg. I apologize.
I just wanted to say, stop, man. You haven't done all the research that you needed to do to ask the questions that you're asking, because the only snack products that I think you're aware of are the same ones I'm aware of is the ones you can buy over the counter. You don't know enough about the snack program to even challenge it to some degree by saying there's no evidence, because you don't know all the supplements that Victor Conte gives his fighters. We don't know that. So you use an analogy of A plus B equals C. That doesn't make any sense. Those are three distinctive letters. You can't say that 1, 2, 3 and they would equal 6. You can't do any of that. But besides that, I don't dislike you. Don't think I'm disliking you. Why are you still talking about this, man? When you should have
created a video. He created a video and said,
listen to me.
Yeah.
Tonight, that's not what we were talking about. You talked about that the last time, and you went around the circle and around the circle and around the circle.
Because nobody wanted to believe me. And
nobody wanted to keep talking about it. It's not whether we believe you or not. That's not ever the question. Whether you believe what you said or not, it's not a question. It's just not what we talking about. That's the
but Manager Marty. So
if you had called in today, and talked about what we were talking about, and knowing how you go around in circles when you talk about, because that's what you do, that's what we know you to do, that would have been okay. And knowing as hell as that it would have been, it would have still been okay. So as you called in to talk about a subject that we were not talking about, that we really have exhausted last year. And here you are with it again. You have in your mind what you feel about PEDs, and you said you understood or you researched Victor Conte, but you never acknowledged Victor Conte himself, in terms of the image that you have, has stated himself that he would be suspicious of himself.
Okay.
So why are you now saying, well, Manager Marty painted this picture?
Well, that doesn't change anything. It's still the same. Okay.
Victor painted a picture of himself as a person that we should be suspicious of. So anything that he's remotely connected to is going to garner the suspicion that he himself said we should have.
Okay.
So how are you now going to defend something that the very man who we're talking about
Okay.
said we
Okay.
should? Do you see that logic, right?
So here's the thing. Before you go further, Manager
You ain't
Martin.
gonna answer the question, Boxer.
No, because I have to
That's
respond.
crazy,
I have
bro.
to respond. Wait, guys. Wait. Check this out. Hey, Gregory, check out.
I'm listening.
So initially, when this chat started, I put a $5 super chat. I told Manager Marty, I looked it up. He asked me to come up here and talk about it. So that's the first thing. So it's not that I went off topic. It was by his request.
Right, but hold on for a minute.
So,
to Greg's point, also, don't make it seem
no,
like
I'm not answering all his points.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is I didn't call you up here to stir up like a conversation about it. You put in the super chat that you found your information. You did your research. I wasn't expecting to talk about it today, but I'm not going to also shy away from any topic that somebody wants to talk to me about. So it's okay. But now that you're here, what it sounds like to me is you're still doing the same thing you did by the phone booth the other day. In other words, you're not going to be direct.
Your guy, DC just said it. Like I told him what happened. You didn't. So
you didn't do enough research, bro.
But you haven't. So even if you think I don't do enough, you haven't provided any evidence against, right?
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. You told me things that happened in the past,
bro.
I have. Okay. What's the name of the supplement that Andre Burrow took to test positive for Nangelo? That was from Snack.
You should ask Victor. Hold up. You should ask Victor Conte that.
Oh, here we go.
Because you said, hold on. Because you said in your research that Victor Conte said out of his own mouth that it wasn't from things that he gave him. So maybe you should ask Victor Conte.
Yeah, I told you I got you, my Manager Marty.
Huh?
I told you I got you.
You
gotta give me an answer.
DC. Bro,
DC.
I've been doing, hold up for a minute, Box.
Yeah, go ahead.
Box Hacker. I've been doing research on this for 15 years.
Then you should know the name.
And hold up. And before you came here, I got a whole year worth of content before Victor even came up here. And on top of that, I had Victor Conte up here, right here on this platform, not once, but twice.
Okay.
Last December and January. 5 hours of live content that I published and broke down different videos with evidence.
Yes.
Bro, you're talking to the wrong guy. I have proof and evidence of everything that I talk about, bro.
So what is it then?
You're defending Victor Conte. You should come to me with evidence, bro.
And you do it on purpose.
This is what you got. Okay, so this is another.
What evidence do you want? What do you want? What do you tell me what you want?
So my only question is, what snack supplement did Andre Burrow take that made him test positive for Nandro?
Brother, the man got over 20 different supplements online. I don't know which one, bro. I'm just telling you the man. Hold up.
So what's their connection? Okay.
Bro, I'm just telling you the man was in Andre Berto's camp as a strength and conditioning coach who manufactures supplements and give fighters other things. Terrence Crawford said other things that he used. And the man tested positive for a banned substance.
Okay.
So now, if you ask me that, I can then turn around and ask you what supplements or substances did Victor Conte give Barry Bonds for Barry Bonds to test positive for the same Nandrolone? I can ask you that question.
But that's not part of the question, right? That's outside.
No, I can ask you that question, and you're going to tell me
the outside the current topic.
Bro, what I'm trying to prove something to you. You're going to tell me the same thing I just told you. You don't know what supplement, and neither do I. And so what? Let me point something else out. And neither do the fighter. It's a possibility that Andre Berto don't even know what he had. And I'm going to tell you why I say that, since you brought up evidence. I had Tim Montgomery up here, a man who dealt directly with Victor Conte, and he even said that there were, and he was commenting off of what was said on the Netflix documentaries, but you didn't see the Netflix documentary, so I can't even use it as evidence. But Tim Montgomery said there were things that Victor Conte would actually mix in a bottle and have the word, I'm just going to use any word, it had salt and pepper on there. It really wasn't salt and pepper, but it was a concoction that Victor Conte mixed, so the athlete didn't even know what it was. So when you start asking me, what is this directly, How are we supposed to know exactly what it is? All we know is a guy who said we should be suspicious of him, went to prison for administering steroids and performance enhancement drugs to athletes.
Okay.
Barry Bonds was one of the athletes that tested positive for the banned substance. So did A-Rod, so did Bill Romanowski. I can give you a list of a lot of names. But the point is, Barry Bonds tested positive for nandrolone.
Okay.
Victor Conte was giving him supplements. We both agreed to that. Not only that, this is before he went to jail. And after Victor Conte gets out of jail, this is years after he gets out of prison.
Okay.
He's working with a boxer named Andre Berto.
Yes.
Berto takes a test. Berto tests positive for the same nandrolone that Barry Bonds tested positive for before Victor Conte went to prison.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And I asked you, is it more likely for someone to naturally assume that Victor Conte is doing the same thing that he did with Barry Bonds before he went to jail, after he came home years later, working with Andre Berto to test positive for the same exact banned substance?
So
I asked you, was that logical for anyone to just naturally assume that there's something wrong with that picture? And you said no. Are you still sticking by that? Yes or no?
When you say so, that's a little bit open-ended.
It's just yes or no. Are you still sticking by this?
Yeah, because it's open-ended. Because you said someone. All right. To is it likely that somebody can assume? What do you mean, someone?
No problem.
You know, you told me to take out emotion and just use pure logic.
No, I know.
No,
it's okay, bro.
He literally said that.
It's okay.
But wait, before you go, I have to know this because you're gonna say I didn't say it.
No, it's okay.
My question still stands the same, despite all the past things you just said about.
It's not in the past, bro.
What happened? I'm talking about right here, right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Is there a supplement that you know of that caused Andre Berto to test positive? Yes or no?
My brother, there's no one substance that nobody knows.
Yes or no, like you said, right?
There's no you don't even answer my yes or no, but you want me to be held to it, bro. Go ahead with that, bro.
Good night,
hey, boxing hacker. If a fighter tests positive for a banned substance, most people don't know what the substance is or anything like that. That we just know. Hold up. We just know there's a substance that had to be involved, or there was something on the banned substance list that made this fighter test positive. None of us know. Now, I'm glad you asked me that. Now, let me ask you. I'm going to ask you this question. Are you black? Because it sounds like you are. I'm just asking. Are you black, yes or no?
I am black, yes.
Oh, I'm glad that you said that. So since we all black, I want you to do me a favor.
Yes.
When you get a chance, you have Victor Conte's email address, sir?
Do I have his email address? No.
Yeah. I'm glad you said nothing because I do, right? So this is what I want to do. You can go on any video where Victor Conte was talking to me, like even the one I put out today. You're gonna see his email on the screen. Emailing, right? I want you to ask him a question. I want you to ask him something. How does he know that Manny Pacquiao was on steroids? Because in his opinion, he said that Manny Pacquiao was using steroids his whole career. Now ask him what supplements do he think Manny Pacquiao used for him to get the impression.
Can I get my answer first, though?
Hold on for a minute. Let me finish. For him to get the impression that Manny Pacquiao, that Manny Pacquiao was using steroids.
I hear you, brother.
That for me?
I hear you, brother, but I need to get my answer first, man. Come on, brother.
I'm just asking you a question. Would you do that?
I can do. Hey, answer my question.
Because you asked me about supplements. He's the guru of supplements.
I've been asking the same one question. We don't went to Netflix. We don't went to.
You ain't seen the Netflix.
We talked about Manny Pacquiao and Victor Conte's.
Yes.
Thoughts about him? I just asked one question, brother.
He's making an assumption that Manny Pacquiao used steroids, and you didn't ask him for proof.
Huh?
You didn't ask him what supplements he thought Manny Pacquiao was taking.
I wasn't debating him. I don't know what you want me to say.
No, I'm just trying to figure out something.
I'm not saying, hey, listen, check this out. I'm not saying it's impossible to speculate. You can speculate what you want. I'm saying that as of what we know, there's nothing that ties Andre Burrow testing positive.
Hey, I'm
to him
glad you
taking
said
a
that.
snack
You're
supplement.
right. You're right.
Speculation
There's
is
nothing.
fine.
Wait, boxing hacker. You're right. There's nothing that ties. There's nothing that ties
Okay.
Victor Conte supplements to Birdo. But you
No.
know who's tied to Birdo?
Who?
You want to know who was tied to Barry Bonds? You want to know who was tied to Bill Romanowski? You want to know who was tied to Marlon Byrd? We don't know the
Conte?
supplements that was tied to him. It's the same person that's tied to Terrence Crawford, the same one that's tied to Caleb Plant, the same one that's tied to Devin Haney. You ready for this?
It's Victor Conte, right?
I rest my case. And with that being said, my brother,
You didn't answer my question.
You
know I love Marty.
You have a good night, brother.
Good
You have
night.
a good night.
Good
We don't
night.
need to know what supplements. We don't know what supplements the fighters taking. All we know is Victor Conte's around. And at this point, Mr. Greg, sometimes that's all we need to know, brother.
I mean, I know it ain't my show, but I was dying for you to do that much sooner.
I got to get these super chats out, brother.
Yeah, get him in.
Double salute to my guy. I got your text, Rodney. I'm right here, my brother. 30 years of friendship, over 30 years. My guy, Rodney Day. Thank you for your support and the contribution for the groceries, my brother. Thank you for the contribution. Because hey, the more we got guys like Boxing Hacker up here, the more groceries we gonna need for me to blend up in the air fryer. I mean, this guy don't want to realize that it's all about just being logical. We're not here to accuse or assume. It's just use logic, bro. Double salute to my dog, Big Dog Willie. Thank you for your support and contribution to the channel. Big Dog Willie says, Boxing Hacker went to the University of Bill Haney and got a major in capping and a minor of BS. Hey, and with that being said, Big Dog Willie, we know what he wore to the graduation. Cap and gown. All this capping they be doing, bro. Oh, I'm having a great time, Mr. Greg in DC.
Yeah, he enjoys
crazy,
doing
man.
it. What's going on, DC Jeroy? I didn't get a chance to speak directly. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but he was
No, it's
making
all
my
good,
head
man.
hurt.
Nah, yeah, it's all good, man. I'm good, brother. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Man, I want to say this real quick, Mr. Greg, and then I'm going to let everybody go. Mr. Greg, you sent the super chat in, and you said some great things in your super chat when you talked about sources and Blueblood Sports TV having a huge, and I quote you, huge boxing audience. Can you elaborate on your super chat on what exactly you meant when you talked about sources and being direct with the actual sources, Mr. Greg?
Well, when you have this large audience and you have this influence and you're putting out information, it's imperative that when I talk, I talk to, in this case, I done talked to Al Heyman. We done sat down, we get on the phone. I done talked to Tom Brown. I done talked to Mr. Watson, and even the fighters. Then I'm going to let them know, listen, I got this large audience, as you know, so I'm going to report these facts to them because I have this influence. That comes with responsibility as far as I'm concerned. But instead, you speculate. As we hear, we see blogs and platforms where these rumors fly. But because I have this presence, I'm going to talk as though they're facts. But then you got to be an investigator. You got to listen to the words he uses. I never heard him say in the clips that you played who he talked to. He never said where the information came from. But if you're credible, you gotta believe, and you got to be able to say who you talk to, or if you want to say reliable sources, and that's spotty. But when I talk about sources and credibility, you need to be able to know that I got the inside seat next to Al Heyman or Watson, all of those. So when I speak, there's nobody going to be saying I'm capping, because I talk to these guys. You see me with these guys. You know everything that I have said, because I built up a reputation of giving you factual information. But and the reason why I said, quotation, because I have to wonder, is his audience that big? It might be bigger than most because he's been around, but is it as big as he say it is? Because if you constantly being called out for giving information that's bad, why are you still having such a large, or how are you getting such a large organization or audience that keeps growing when you constantly being proven or you regular being proven that your information is spotty or even not true altogether? So I said it that way, and to just make people understand that you're going to give your time, money, energy to somebody. Make sure the person that you're doing that with fits a criteria of credibility, fits a criteria of being honest, and can prove everything they said if they get challenged. That's where I was coming from on that. Can't hear
I
you.
got you on that, and that makes a lot of sense. Real quick, let me get these last three here. Austerity TV, double salute to you. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Austerity TV says in the super chat, A, B, B, C, A, C. Doesn't mean B didn't do it. I like that one, Austerity TV. You're absolutely correct. Then my guy, double salute to him. Man, he's been cooking all day long with the groceries. Thank you so much again, Andre Noble. Andre Noble said, F Victor, referring to Victor Conte, back on Blueblood lying self. And then Andre Noble again with the super chat. Double salute to you again, Dre. Dre says, boxing hacker, stop changing the subject. And I'm sure boxing hacker is probably still here. And if he's not here, I'm going to republish all of this anyway, and he'll be able to see it. Uh, the thing about it all is this, Mr. Greg and DC. Blue Blood Sports TV is not more credible than the ABC Commission. He's not more credible than boxrec, nor is he more credible than the Texas Sports Combative Program, which is the commission that facilitates all of combat sports in the state of Texas. He's not more credible than them, nor did he talk to Al Heyman directly, nor did he talk to Tank Davis directly, nor did he talk to Sam Watson directly, and of course, nor did he talk to Tom Brown, the promoter, directly. So just these 7 facts alone is enough to say Blue Blood is just assuming. He's making all of these proclamations that the PBC is being biased toward Tank Davis over Canelo Alvarez, when we know that Canelo Alvarez fight twice a year. It don't matter who Canelo fight. We know that in the month of May and in the month of September, we know that's when Canelo Alvarez is going to fight. So it's easier for a promotion and a promoter to get those venues secured because they know exactly what day he's going to fight on. It's not even just the month. It's that weekend of Mexican Independence Day and Cinco de Mayo. It's a no-brainer. Whereas though with the other fighters that PBC have in their stable, you don't know exactly what month, you don't know exactly what day. So this is all an assumption that Blue Blood Sports TV is making by saying, hey, they're just being biased over Tank Davis. No, they're not. I mean, he's also saying that not only are the PBC being biased over Tank Davis, but he also said that they never had any intentions of having this fight at the Toyota Center. And I proved that wrong because all you got to do is go on boxrec and you will basically see, and I'll show the audience again. I'm not sure if you two guys were here, but all you got to do is go on boxrec and you'll be able to see after you pull up Gervonta Tank Davis's name on boxrec, you'll see that it's been publicized by boxrec, which is why I talked about the ABC and boxrec.
Yeah.
It's publicized right here. It's been publicized, right?
Yeah,
Let me take this off the screen. It's publicized. Here it is here. It's publicized when the fight was going to happen, when the fight was approved by the commission, and where the fight, which is the venue, is located. And so this stuff would not be made public on boxrec If the commission in Texas didn't approved about, meaning that they had to know exactly where the venue would be at because they have to deploy their employees who represent the commission, which are the judges and referees. And how does that information get there? Because the commission will disseminate that information to ABC. ABC then turns around through chain of custody and they disseminate that same information to boxrec, and then boxrec disseminate the information to the public. And it's not just when fights are going to happen and where and the time. It's also about when fighters win, when fighters lose, how many knockdowns the fighters receive or be awarded in each round, with the scores of the judges. All of this information is disseminated by the commission the day of and the day after the actual fight. They disseminate it to ABC. ABC then disseminated to boxrec, and of course boxrec disseminated to the public. And so that's what made me say that Blueblood is not more credible than those three entities. He's just making an assumption. And instead of him just saying, in my opinion, it gives the impression that he has reliable sources and he's on the inside because he called the Toyota Center. YouTubers ain't going to call no venue. Ain't no venue going to talk to no YouTuber and give them accurate information on another promoter's personal business when they have a contract with a promoter. Where they do this at? But people believe...
Yeah.
But people believe Blueblood so much that they'll start emailing me, which is what happened, and they'll say, Manager Marty, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a credible source in the business of boxing because Blueblood has said. Huh? Blueblood Sports TV has not made one transaction in the business of boxing. Not one. He's not licensed to be nothing in boxing. And yet here I am, the most credentialed and qualified man in boxing on YouTube, and I'm the hater. Come on, y'all, stop it.
It's another super chat that I sent you too. There was when Boxing Hacker first came. You missed that one.
All right, we've been having some delays with the super chat. Let me go back and try to see.
I was telling him to stop, basically.
Wait, hold up. I only seen one, Mr. Greg.
It's there. It's a $5 one where I'm telling him to just stop even before I came on.
1, 2, 5. I don't see it, Mr. Greg.
Yeah, I saw it, but it's okay. I'll just let you know it's there, so you'll still get it.
Yeah, I probably still get it. It didn't come up because the super chats have been delayed. That's part of the reason why I've been reading them late. I don't know why it's like this because this is my first time back on StreamYard, but they've been delayed.
Yeah, it's no thing. I just want to make sure you get yours.
I appreciate all the contribution. Double salute to Lifeline Music TV. Thank you for your contribution and your support. As always, Lifeline, to the channel with the super sticker, my brother. Appreciate you so much. DC Giroir, you still there, brother?
Yeah, he's still
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now, quick question. I mean, you heard all the stuff that I was talking about with Blueblood. What is your take? I don't know how much stuff that you heard. What is your take on all of this stuff that Blueblood said? My pushback to him not being credible. I mean, he also, and I have to put this out there, DC, he also was caught in 4 different lies that he told on me personally. I mean, how can he still be credible? I don't know. What's your take on all that, DC?
I think the biggest thing is, man, I'm gonna kind of shift over towards the way that we just behave in society now, right? Whether it's content creators or whether it's politicians or whatever, people don't give a what about the truth anymore, right? Credibility, those things don't matter or have high value anymore, right? And so you can say whatever and it has no credence. You can do whatever and not be held accountable. So I think what we're saying is just the results of people kind of shifting their behavior, their social norms. I can't get with a cat that don't have the moral grounds or principles to try to hold themselves accountable. We all make mistakes, so you can always circle back around. heard you do it. You know, man, look, I said this, you know, I need to stand and correct myself and what have you. And so as long as the cat can do that, you know, I'm cool. But as far as, you know, Blue Blood and anybody else that's putting out content, which, and if you're doing it intentionally, like that's a whole totally different conversation, right? Which after a certain point, we were just talking about patterns of behaviors. If you do something many times and long enough, you start to create patterns, and those patterns start to set behaviors, and so you can start to draw some conclusions. Or as my man that just got off, you know, we can use some logic to make some assumptions. You know what I mean? But I think keep pushing back, brother. You know what I mean? Keep hold. Like I said last week, man, hold people feet to the fire. Make sure that people have the opportunity to be able to hear the truth, as well as, you know, what other versions are out there, and let them make their choices. But we don't get to choose who pick and follow. And then I'll end on this piece, man. Right? I've heard many content creators, and another thing that's scary is we live in a time where everybody want to be right and everybody want to be the first one to do something, right? I said it first. You heard it here first. And you know, that situation has been going on for some time now. And people need to understand you don't have to be the first person to be able to say something to have credibility. And I think that's where some of these people are losing their ways, right? You feel like I got to be the first one to say it or have you know, you heard it here first, which makes me credible or make you credible. And that's not true, right? So I just keep pushing back, brother, man. Keep people honest. And that's why I come to your channel, man, because I know I can at least come here and get some information, man, that's wholesome, right? And so I appreciate that.
Absolutely, my brother. Now, there was the delay. It's finally here. Double salute to Mr. Greg again. He's already here. But the super chat did come up and it says, Boxing Hacker, please stop. Brother, we not talking about this tonight. And the reason I wanted to acknowledge that super chat is because you're here, Mr. Greg, and I don't want to miss any of the super chats because they're being delayed. And I think that was the last one that just came in. But also, Boxing Hackers in the chat. He's still here, like I said. He's still here. So he see it, Mr. Greg. He see it.
He does this on purpose. See, that's what and if you look at when he comes on, he had, as DC Gerard was just saying, there's patterns of behavior. As soon as we see him come on, everybody responds to, oh, here it goes, Mr. Illogical, Mr. Logic Slacker. I mean, because he has to understand he has set a tone for what we expect from him. And what we expect from him is everybody get annoyed or get a headache, or he's going to go around the circle, or he's going to come off topic as he did. That's just who he is. And I think he likes doing that. I think, like anything, when people come on TV or on a channel or something, some people thrive with the attention that they get. He knows you're going to eventually cut him off and let him go. He looks forward to that. And that's how he's sort of building his reputation. And you're giving him the shine and the attention till you get tired of it and you let him go. But he knows that's happening. He also, to me, likes to speak as the, and I'm not disparaging him. I hope he doesn't feel that way. But he likes to have these therapy sessions, so to speak, like you're sitting in a psychology class or something, and he wants to go around, and there's no ending to it. So that's why I just stop, because we're not even talking about this, and we're exhausted at all already. But he knows that, and if he hears me, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Well, he will not be able to do it anymore because I'm a type of guy, I cut your mic off. And I think we've heard enough from Boxer. And I appreciate Boxer Hacker coming up and contributing to the channel. There's no love lost here,
Right.
but I don't want to go on the deep end, because everybody that's a part of the Roller Tape Film Crew family knows my credibility when it comes to this topic. Victor Conte, snack fighters, snack program, me spearheading this movement of, recognizing that there's performance enhancement drugs. Mm-hmm. And even if you don't associate drugs, it's still performance enhancement in the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
Even if it's not drug related or on the banned substance list. And that's really the angle that I came in at. So it don't make a difference. You know, all we know is that the information is out there. I published it. I came with truth, facts, and evidence. And that's all that matters. Like I always come with true facts and evidence. And, you know, I'll dismiss all three of us at the same time right now because I appreciate everybody coming tonight. We had a huge, major audience. The chat was on triple fire tonight. We had a lot of great points that was made from you two guys, Boxing Hacker going back and forth with you guys. A lot of points that were made that I was watching even in the chat. People were talking about just everything that we talked about tonight. But, you know, I don't care what Blueblood says about me. They said he went live. I mean, think about it like this. If I noticed that somebody was talking about me when I went on YouTube or somebody sent me something, right, and I had no intentions of going live, I'm going to that person's platform right away. If I'm able to, you know, be available, and we're going to talk it out. We're going to deal with it. But that's not what Blueblood does. He heard that I was saying whatever I was saying, what I said to his disinformation, and he ran on his channel. But we've seen this pattern of behavior from him several times. Blueblood don't want no work with me when it comes to YouTube. He will not come here. And he better not come here if he don't come correct. And
Let
he's
me ask
more
you
than
something
welcome.
about that.
Huh?
Is it possible for y'all to do the split screen? For instance, you on your show and he's on y'all show, and both audiences can see y'all.
That's definitely might be possible. I have to
Yeah,
figure out a way to get it done.
if
but
you
it's
don't,
possible.
for instance, if he doesn't want to get away from his audience, and you certainly don't want to leave yours, but we could just put it in and we both can hear. Then everybody can hear.
Yes.
It's no, I
But
had
see,
to leave. I don't want to leave my show. You're not leaving your show. You're not leaving his show.
But I figured it out, Mr. Greg. It's not the audience. We could do it. I'm open for it.
Yeah.
But it's not the audience with Blueblood. See, Blueblood heard me enough on YouTube, and the man met me in person. He know I'm a real one.
Right.
It's the truth. See, it's not the audience. See, it's good to have comfort of being. I don't mind, you know, I don't mind not being a part of my audience to have a conversation with somebody. I mean, I've been on several panels on YouTube, but see, it's that truth. Blueblood know he can't hold the candle to the information that I'll give to him to educate him. See, he can say all this stuff that he's been saying, like on these videos. He's talking to his audience because most of them don't know any better. He's already captured their imagination. He can't talk like that with me because I know the business and he don't. He can talk like that to people that don't know better, and he has. He know he can't stand in front of me and say the stuff that he said on that video and act credible in front of me because he know I'm really in the business. And all I'm saying is it's the truth that's going. That seat too hot for Blueblood. That is too hot.
See that. I like to see that. One other thing, because me and DC Geroy had talked about it briefly. Did you ever find out for certain about the rumor about Tank and Calvin Ford?
Let's talk about it for the next 25 seconds.
Okay.
I've had reliable sources that know Tank Davis personally. I know people that know Tank Davis's team members and people that work in that gym that know Gervonta, Tank, Coach Calvin, and even the other Coach Kenny very personally, and even had brief conversations with them about the situation and then even about other things. I even have a buddy of mine from my city who actually talked to Calvin Ford just the day before yesterday. All I'm saying is that there's no evidence by none of the people that I know that know them personally. And the only reason I'm saying sources because I haven't gotten their permission to say their name, or else I'll drop their name. I don't do the sources say. Y'all know how I roll. But by all accounts, from the people that I know that know Tank Davis, Calvin Ford, Coach Kenny, and everybody in that gym, it's not true. And I'm going to leave with this part. What difference does it make? If that was a decision that Calvin made, or a decision that Coach Kenny made, or a decision that Tank Davis made, they're grown men and they're businessmen at the end of the day. What difference does it make? I'm just saying, like, okay, let's say if that is true, that Tank Davis and Calvin Ford, they broke away from each other. Okay, all it would do is become newsworthy for about 24 hours on YouTube, and then after that, it's on to the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, in other words, what I'm saying is we got to stop putting stocks in rumors until we
Yeah.
talk to the people directly. And if we don't have them as reliable sources directly, we shouldn't put it out there. And
Right.
that's all I was going to use Gervonta name in this title to speak about, because I haven't talking to Tank Davis
Right.
directly. I haven't talking to Coach Calvin Ford directly. I haven't talked to Coach Kenny directly. So I won't speak on it. Now, if I talk to them directly and they want the information to be out, I'll get their permission first, and I have no problem saying, hey, this is what they told me directly. But other than that, everybody keep hiding behind sources
Mhm.
sources say, and they never tell you their sources. And then when stuff don't happen based on what their sources say, these same reporters, journalists, and YouTubers never come out and say, I was wrong.
Mhm.
I thought, or I heard, or I was going by hearsay. And
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I
I
use
can
this
dig it
as,
because they was
as
trying to
illustration.
conflate it and tie it to all the other rumors. That's why I asked you. That's why I kept it at rumor.
Yeah. It's just propaganda, most of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Double salute to Boxing Hacker. This is his response to you, Mr. Greg. Thank you for your support, Boxing Hacker. And Boxing Hacker says, I agree with Mr. Greg on the joint show, and there be a neutral moderator. If not, it will be a shouting match. Well, first and foremost, it's interesting to me, Boxing Hacker, that you agree with Mr. Greg about a joint show between me and Blueblood, but you didn't agree with Mr. Greg about none of the logical things that he said to you all night long. No problem, Boxing Hacker. It's all good. But Boxing Hacker, because you mentioned it, it would probably be a good idea for to do the joint show. And there, I don't need a neutral moderator, brother. I'm a classy guy. I can conduct myself. It won't be no shouting match. But Blue Blood talked to me before when we was on Everything Boxing's channel. And see, I pointed out his pattern of behavior of gaslighting, the same thing he just did to Knockout Boxing TV. Gaslighting, deflecting, word solid, going around the board, bringing up other topics. Blue Blood know he can't do that with me. And I'm not saying he'll get away with it with other people. He knows as a man, he can't do that with me. So it wouldn't be a shouting match. It would be just Blue Blood trying to talk over me and try to deflect. And I know that when it comes to me, I don't let people get away with traumatizing me with those tactics, manipulating me or the public. So the bottom line is this. I'm going to keep making videos denouncing all the disinformation that keep coming out. It don't matter who it's from. If it got something to do with the business of boxing and it's going to inform or disguise truth or deceive the public in boxing, I'm going to come up and I'm going to speak about it. And I've been doing that for the last 2 years and it won't stop. And that's my take on that.
There you go. Where you headed to, DC Gerard? I see you driving.
Man, I'm out Arizona. Came out
That's
here to
right.
visit my son.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you did say that. Yeah. Because
Man,
I
safe
see the
travels
sun
yeah,
to you,
out there, so I
DC.
know you was going somewhere because I see it's still light out there.
yeah. I'm on that left coast.
Yes, sir. Safe travels to you, DC.
Yeah.
Look, let me let
Appreciate
everybody
you.
know. Yes, sir. Let me let everybody know so that people won't be surprised or startled or like, where's Manager Marty? I'm going on a little vacation for 1 week. So I will not be back on YouTube. I'll probably be back here on next Friday. But I will have published content like videos flowing every single day throughout the week. And then probably next Friday, most likely next Friday, I'll be back live in living color. Back here. We can do the live panel all over again, different topic, of course. But if you're looking for me to go live on Monday and Wednesday of next week, I will not be available. I won't be here, but I will be available through my content that I will be publishing throughout the week. And then next Friday, I hope to see each and every last one of you all. Double salute to everybody that came and kicked it with you, with your boy at the family cookout. We had a big audience, and we also had a great live chat. Man, the chat was on fire. All the ladies was here, being as graceful as they were. I love doing this stuff, y'all. And I appreciate Mr. Greg and DC and even Boxing Hacker coming up on the panel this evening. We had a great show. I look forward to seeing each and every last one of you all next Friday. 30 seconds for you, Mr. Greg. DC, 30 seconds. What you got for us? Final 30 seconds.
I'm just gonna be nosy. Are you gonna be at a tropical island next week?
I will not be at a tropical island. Not yet.
Okay. Well, I was hoping that you do. Hey, it's always a blast to get on and see everybody who I'm familiar with. And I enjoyed myself, Boxing Hacker. I hope when you come back, you stay on topic with the rest of us. DC, you when you're out there in Arizona, go ahead and get a suntan and enjoy your stay. To everybody in the chat, always love seeing you all. And I'm gonna say good night because it's time for me to get out and go too.
My God.
Right, good night to y'all all.
You got it, my brother. DC,
right,
30 seconds.
I agree. Man, I might not even need 30, man. Appreciate the time always. The chat was on fire, as you said, man. Appreciate all of the feedback. And see you when you get back, man. Have a safe trip. Enjoy yourself. Have fun, decompress. And we start back up again later. Peace.
You got it. Salute. Thank y'all, man.